beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hello. Come on in. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get on in here. We got a show today to discuss. TD Jakes, I forgot to mention him. Well, I didn't go live Monday, but I was supposed to mention him Monday. So we're going to get into him and a couple other things. You guys get in here, get the likes up on the video. We got a few things to discuss. But before we do that, I want to get on here. I don't know why it was just on my heart as I was preparing to go live. I want everybody in the chat to know how much I appreciate you. Like, y'all don't understand how y'all might be feeling like I'm josing y'all and feeding y'all, but y'all feed me and jose me too. You see what I'm saying? Like, I be looking for y'all like y'all be looking for me when I'm not live. So I just wanted to say to every single person in the chat, even the ones that don't like me, I appreciate y'all. I really do, because I feel like that's not said enough in these type of positions that we are as bloggers, because I mean, yeah, we on here, you know, doing our thing, but ultimately it wouldn't work if you weren't here. So I just wanted to let y'all know that. Also, not to be all mushy, not on hump day. Okay, today Thursday. What is it? Wednesday. Not on hump day. Okay, that's a Monday type of tea. But I went spoke to when I was in New Orleans, I had went seen a reader, and her name is Miss Rose. She's always sitting around the St. Louis Cathedral, and this lady read me, and basically, for lack of better terms, basically said that I don't need guidance, which I had another reading before her, and the other lady said the same thing. You don't need guidance. You know what to do. You're just looking for confirmation. You know what I'm saying? And but one of the things she told me that was crazy was that she said, you come from a long line of people who live long lives. And I said, yeah, because my grandmother's 83 on my mama's side, and my daddy mama, he about 70. So she got to be about 85, 90. And the lady told me I'm going to live to be 94, between 94 and 96 years old. What you think about that? Girl, could you imagine old Vu? Could you imagine old Vu? Girl, being Miss Holla on TikTok? Because I definitely, girl, listen, if I get old like that and I don't care no more, girl, everything I was thinking about, everything I ever, girl, it's coming out. I'm about to be, I would be Miss Holla at 94, okay? Yeah, cursing everybody out. You, your mom, everybody. But nah, that was just crazy that she said that. And she also talked about me being in touch spiritually with the ancestors. You guys, make sure y'all tap into your ancestors and your ancestral work and ground. Please. Yes, the Cathedral by Jackson Square, Markeisha. She a light-skinned woman. She kind of bigger. But she got this yellow sign, and it always say Miss Rose. Her name is Miss Rose. If you are ever in New Orleans and you would like to get a spiritual reading, go to Miss Rose. Miss Rose is dope. I got the full workup. She told me everything, past, present, future. And she tell you straight up, if she sees something negative, she gonna tell you. It's just, thank God, knock on wood, praise to the ancestors, that I didn't have any negativity in my reading. But even one of the things she said is something I wasn't prepared for. Hopefully, I don't know. I ain't gonna say hopefully it don't come true, because universe has already prepared whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I know for me personally, I love the readings, and it's not fortune telling, like people telling you your future. Is not that. It's more or less of guidance for me. I love getting readings. But her name is Miss Rose. Make sure y'all go pull up on Miss Rose in St. Louis Cathedral, right in front of St. Louis Cathedral. Sometimes she's on the side, but yes, Jackson Square. That's downtown, right across the street from Cafe Du Monde. From the people who not familiar with the area I'm talking about, right across from you at Cafe Du Monde, where they all be getting them that fried bread, that fried bread with that pot of sugar, right across from there. Just walk around. Her name Miss Rose. Make sure y'all go check out Miss Rose. She's amazing. All right. Yes, it's a lot of fakes. It's a lot of fakes. I'm gonna be honest. Shout out to the clears, but I don't go to y'all. I don't. I never go to a clear. Never. I don't go to the clears, okay? And Miss Rose has over 30 years of experience, and her mama was also a reader as well. So it's in her. It's in the blood. It's in the blood with Miss Rose. So you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And listen, let me also say this too. This is part of our traditions as Black Americans. We were spiritually inclined, not religiously inclined. And we went and sought spiritual advice and spiritual readings from these folks. So this is not devilish, demonic as they tell us. You feel what I'm saying? They tell us it's demonic to keep us away from it. Meanwhile, we over here bleeding the blood of a clear Jesus, a clear gay Jesus. But that's a whole other story. You know what I mean? But yeah, if y'all ever get a chance and you know somebody or you find somebody that's good, I'm telling y'all Miss Rose is good. Go pull up on Miss Rose. But yeah, make sure y'all pull up. I like it. It does wonders for me. And it helps me on my day-to-day, you know, with what I'm navigating, you know, because I'm going through a transition coming from corporate America to YouTube, which not at the right time because the money ain't moneying like that on YouTube. But thank God I have forethought and I make sure everything is taken care of. But not the end of there. I love being here. I'm happy you guys are here. Shout out to everybody. Everybody in the building. We got a show today. Candy, thank you for the super sticker, Candy Williams. I appreciate you, my love. Miss Parker, hey sis, thank you for the super chat. She says, we love you, sis. I love you too. And it's crazy because you sent me the TD Jakes thing when I was out of town. And I didn't go live Monday and I forgot to talk about it, but we're going to discuss it because it's very opportune time to say that Diddy going to court next week. Now all of a sudden he's stepping down. And I thought he already stepped down. We going to get into it. Screen Queen, thank you for the super chat. We appreciate you and all that you do. And I appreciate y'all so much for even being here. Thank y'all so much, Screen Queen. Unfairly Jamaican. Hey, niece. Good morning, Auntie Vu. On my way to San Diego from Florida on your favorite Delta. Yes, my flight is at 11. Do wish me luck on their planes, child. Yes, y'all know I'm a Delta Sky Miles member. But the most reliable plane that I've been on here recently has been Spirit. So yeah, but I think you're gonna be fine, niece. Don't worry about it, niece. You're gonna be fine. We're gonna speak positivity over you, and you're gonna have a safe flight. You're gonna come on back, niece. Don't worry about it, babe. Baby Bertha, I'm glad you brought this up. Girl, first of all, shout out the bald head Tasha, bro. Tasha K, bro. Man, listen. I told y'all, and this is what y'all should do as well. I have mental mentors. Don't talk to them. Never had a conversation. None of that. You feel what I'm saying? But I have what they call mental mentors. You should have one in every aspect of your life. If you don't, you sleeping and you're hustling backwards. Hey, Shy. Love you, boo. Shout out to Twitch. Shout out to Rumble. But everybody should have a mental mentor. And listen, this mentor ain't going to always get it right. They're going to do some jacked up stuff. But those are learning lessons as well. And baldhead Tasha happened to be one of my mentors. Don't get me wrong. I love Tasha K. I've always liked Tasha K. She's always been unapologetically bold and she just her. But boy, Tasha K got to talking about TD. Take that. And when I tell you the Christians started flagging the live, girl, flagging it down to the ground. Tasha K said she went from 10,000 people, and I just watched it last night. Tasha said she went from 10,000 people in her chat to 4,000 people because the Christians was flagging the live. TD, to the TD followers, to the Pottery House people, if y'all on here, first of all, welcome on in. Welcome on in. I'm going to let you know right now, I don't have 10,000 people in my chat. So if you knock me down, girl, it might just be me on here. You feel what I'm saying? But it don't matter. I just want to let y'all know this. From my point of view, this is my point of view. I don't view TD Jakes as some sort of prophet or ordained person by God. I don't see him the way that you see him. He is strictly a person, an imperfect person. Your words sometimes when you get caught up on the crap, in mine as well. He is just a man. And in my opinion, there's celebrities and there's preachers, and they all fall in the same pot for me. I'm not gonna tread light with my words and not say this and not say that because y'all don't want your so-called man of the cloth talked about. And let me also say this to the Pottery House people. Shout out to y'all. But y'all be forgetting that y'all start worshiping the man and not God. That's the biggest drawback I have from religion. All of them, not just Christianity. All of them. These people get to worshiping the man and not God. And they don't even realize it because they're so caught up in the whole system of it all. I don't worship people. I don't care if he's a pastor. I don't care if he's a bishop, a preacher, a singer, a rapper, an actor. I don't worship people. I don't. They're people. They're imperfect people just like me. They come in through this world and they leave out just like me. I don't worship them. So whatever I think and how I feel about a person, I'm going to say it. Now, sometimes I might tread a little light and choose my words wisely. But honestly, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, TD Jakes ain't did nothing for me to feel like I got to hold my tongue and choose my words. He's taken more from the Black community than he's given. Now, if you call false hope things that you've gotten from him, fine. But I know that he's capitalized off of the Black community tenfold under the guise of he's an ordained person by the Most High. We'll get into it, but I'm not holding my tongue on no TD. To hell with TD, to be completely honest. I don't give a damn about TD. I just said, ding dong, the Pope is dead. You think I give a damn about a TD? Take that, take that. I literally just made a song yesterday saying, ding dong, the Pope is dead. Which old Pope? The old ass Pope, whatever I said. I don't give a good goddamn about no TD. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just telling you. So tread light, gather yourselves. Maybe I'm going to let you know when I'm getting into that part. Maybe y'all can come off and come back on. But I don't give a damn about no TD. But we're going to talk about him stepping down. Beyonce's tour. I didn't realize that was the Cowboy Carter tour. Beehive, is y'all on here? Why your girl on here singing the national anthem? Oh, say, yodeling all through the national anthem. Can you see? Bitch, I didn't come to no baseball game. What is this? Who playing the Yankees versus the Phillies? Who playing? Girl, what is going on? And I don't care that she went right into freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. She ain't got nothing else to sing that y'all know. So where she got to sing the national anthem? At some point, Beehive people, we gonna have a conversation about how y'all don't really like the music. Y'all just like the person. Y'all don't even know the music. And y'all like going to see the shows. And I seen her flying around in a car, but she'll never be Chris Brown. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Okay? Girl. Beyonce sung the national anthem, bitch. I said, now who done told her to yodel this damn national anthem to these folks? Bitch, I thought I needed to stand up and take my hat off and put my hand on my heart when I seen this bitch up here hollering, oh, say, can you see? Bitch, I ought to take a national anthem and a flag. Bitch, I'd take a state flag and you feel what I'm saying? Girl, oh yeah, and I saw that too. She do be copying people. See, y'all want to make it seem like she paying homage. I saw on the wedding fans at Where them fans at? Not in your hand, bitch. We gonna get into it. Y'all start mirroring. We gonna get into it. Lil Durk asked for buying, and they say they're gonna give him a court date to talk about buying. Stephen A. Smith, after being the clear man's token, Stephen, he decided to come out and say that everybody dragging Shannon, and he don't understand why. Shannon, if I was you, I'd steal off on him. That's just me. He gaslighting. Meg Thee Stallion bought a Popeyes. I guess when the album don't work, you start slinging chicken. I ain't mad at it. Very smart business move, but Popeyes. We gonna get into it. Chris Carter came on here and caped and drooled for the clear man, talking about Shedeur Sanders was taught a lesson. We'll get into that. Dr. Umar is taking up for Shannon Sharpe. We'll get into that. And then obviously Kanye's crashing out about his kids again. But before we do that, I want to show you guys something. I don't know if I showed this to you guys, but I want to show this to you. A couple of honorable mentions. Y'all know how we do before we get into the show. Stop acting crazy. Don't be slavery stupid all your life. You get it? You feel what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Do not be slavery stupid all your life. Now, I want to, let me see, can I blow this up a little bit? How I blow this up? Oh, well, you can see this one too. But, and I'm trying to see, let me see, hold on. I want to blow this up. Oh, it's not letting me scroll down. Okay, fine. If you can see this picture, here is what they thought or said the map looked like, I want to say in the 1700s. And here is America. You can't see them really well on this photo. And this is also America as well. Mind you, this is Europe and this is United States, I'm sorry, and South America. And they're trying to say that this is what the people look like. Now, you can't really see it on this photo. Hold on. But you can see it on this one. It says Nam Rayshon, I don't know, creation led, I can't read that crap. But either way, this is them coming in with Christianity. I need y'all to pay attention because we were always spiritual people. We were always a spiritual person, spiritual group of people. This is them coming in with Christianity when we were not of those folks. We were very spiritual. A lot of our ancestors died behind not wanting to turn into Christianity because that wasn't their thing. Some of them conformed, some of them died by it. You feel what I'm saying? So this is them coming in and they're introducing this Christianity with the clear Jesus. You see him right there into these black folks in so-called America. These are the photos of the people or the depictions, I'm sorry, of the people that they claim that they found when they came over to the Americas. Shout out to the Americas. That's North America, South America. That includes Canada, Mexico, United States. That includes all of South America. That includes all of the Caribbeans, all of us. That this is what they came across. Now they'll tell y'all that the Tainos died off and most of the Indians in America died off and all that crap. They just renamed you. It's called paper genocide. That's literally what it's called. Paper genocide. A regular genocide would be to get rid of people altogether. But a paper genocide is to let the people still exist, but change their identity. That's literally what happened. And so I wanted to show these maps to y'all. I showed this to the clear girl who worked with me. And when I pointed out the way that the people looked, she kind of like paused. You feel what I'm saying? And I was waiting on her to say something. I like her too. She cool, but I was waiting on her to you feel what I'm saying? Say something that don't align with how I was feeling when I was showing it to her. You know, I was looking at her like this. But neither here nor there. I wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that, you know, when I be finding and running across stuff, I want y'all to see it too. Do not be fooled. We are closer to getting we're closer to repair than we are away from it. As the days go by, as the time goes by, repair is closer than you think. I promise you. It's just more of us have to wake up and more of us have to understand what's really happening, okay? So that was one honorable mention I wanted to mention. I got a couple more. Hold on. Then we're going to get into the show. This is why my shows be lasting too long. I got to stop. I really do. I do too much at this point. I really got to stop. All these honorable mentions and whatnot. Girl, ain't nobody got time. So anyway, look. I want to show y'all. Hold on. Because after this, we're going to get on Beyonce. After this, we're going to get on Beehive. Girl, did y'all see Jaguar Wright getting sued? Allegedly, they say Jaguar Wright got sued, getting sued by Brian McKnight, huh, girl? Mm-hmm. Oh, let's get on here. Now, remember, I told y'all. Remember, I told you guys. I said, hey guys, those photos that I showed you, those maps that I showed you, are them bringing over the Christianity to us. Okay. Now, I had ran across this heifer here. Let me get her up here. Juanita Bynum. Is she a singer? I don't know. But she's on there talking about, because people were taking pictures. She said, this is why you have to be invited, because we don't do paparazzi. So church is not open anymore. It's invite only. I'm just trying to see something. We'll get into it. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't despise church people, but I despise the church people who take advantage of their church positions and things of that nature. And Juanita Bynum, like a few of the other ones, she a prophet, girl, please. Prophet my ass. She a prophet, girl. But this is why, number one, people don't go to church, because we already see the BS. But number two, this is why people don't deal with the church folks like her. Oh, we don't need paparazzi in here. This is why church is invite only. And this is why it's going to go down first. When they say when the Most High return, they say he going to start in the church house. And she going to be one of the ones going down. Check her out as she get mad because somebody took a picture.
Lady back there, don't pick your phone up another time. This is why you have to be invited, because we don't want paparazzi here. We don't want picture snapping people unless you can photograph God. Lady back there, don't pick your phone up another time.
What you mean unless you can photograph God while you being recorded? You're literally live being recorded. And you're going to tell a lady not to pick up her phone because we don't do pictures. This is why it's invite only. Girl, the way I would have cussed Juanita out, the way she would have got cussed out, it's the nasty disposition that a lot of these church folks have. And they do all of this stuff to the members of the church because they know that they're here, or in their minds, they're here and the church people are there and they're looking for guidance. This is why I tell y'all, the biggest deceptor in the Black community is the preacher. It's not the drug dealer. It's not the drug dealer. It's not the prostitute. It's not the pimp. The biggest, the most sickest institution in the Black American neighborhoods and in the Black American community is the preacher, the church. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all things are bad about church, because there were at one time great things that happened about church. But now church is a shit show, is what it is. It's just a show. It's just a show. And it's dumb, it's pointless. And the people that are harboring in these churches, who are running these churches, will pay a hefty price. Mind you, we only got the Christianity because the Clears gave it to us. Remember I showed y'all the photo? They came over here with that. We weren't doing that. Look, they came and gave us Jesus, the clear gay man. They came and gave us the cross. They gave us those things. We didn't have that. We weren't doing those things. Yeah, I don't. Juanita Bynum is trash for that, and it's not just her. And you know what it makes me think about too? What's her name? Leandria Johnson, and her drinking and all that stuff. Something possibly happened to that lady when she was younger, growing up in that church. Something about her keeps her attached to it, because obviously her voice. But there's also something about Juanita Bynum that she despises about the church, and she has every right to. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but whatever it is, she has every right to despise that church. Yes, she does. She has every right to despise that church, because whatever it did to her, you feel what I'm saying? It wasn't cool. I want to show y'all this as well. I don't know if you guys know this, and I may need to do either a video or Educational Friday on this, but I told y'all in the early 1900s, according to this, it says up to the 80s, but I know for a fact, at least up to the 70s, they were basically giving women hysterectomies. One of those people who got a hysterectomy was Fannie Lou Hamer. So this is what they do. They say, oh, come in and have this minor procedure on your ankle. Or, oh, come in, we're going to do this minor procedure on your wrist. And then they put you to sleep. And then they give these Black women hysterectomies. Remember, this is all a part of that genocide. This is all a part of, what's the name of the word? This is all a part of eugenics. Yes, eugenics. So they were giving these Black women, married Black women. These weren't just regular, even if they were, but I'm just saying, because their whole thing was, oh, well, they can't afford all these kids. They don't need to have it. They were giving married Black women hysterectomies, and they don't know it until later on down the line. So you go in there thinking you just getting a cast on your arm. They putting you to sleep and giving you a whole damn hysterectomy. I wanted you guys to see this because this is real. When I talk about reparations, when we talk about repair, there's so many avenues that we need to be attacking. This could be my grandmother, or her, not my grandmother, she had 5, but it could be, you see what I'm saying? My aunts or anybody. This is why genealogy is important. And you know what? When it was brought to the media and brought to their attention that, oh, y'all was giving all these people hysterectomies, you know what they said? My bad. Oh, we didn't know about it, but my bad. There are so many avenues we are owed. So many avenues we are owed. It says, ended in the 1980s, yet was never taught to us in U.S. history. The Mississippi appendectomy, whatever, was part of a broader eugenics movement in the U.S., which sought to control the reproduction of marginalized groups from 1920s to the 1980s. Tens of thousands were forcibly sterilized nationwide. Forcibly sterilized nationwide. I told y'all with the Tuskegee experiment, they gave them men, allegedly. They gave them the syphilis and then told them they was going to treat it and was watching it fester to see how it affect the body. This is what they do. So don't ever get it twisted. When we start talking about reparations, it's only going to come through that genealogy. I'm telling you, it's the only way it's going to come through that genealogy. If you don't have your genealogy, you're not going to be able to say, well, because my ancestors had X, Y, and Z, I should be paid for it. That the government is not going to work like that. It's just not. The last honorable mention I want to show you guys, we see this often. They'll show like old Indian people and celebrities today that really like match these folks. Now, on my conspiracy theory brain, I think like for instance, you got Queen Latifah and what's the lady name who was doing the writing with I'm looking at her face. She was doing the writing with Langston Hughes and all that during the Harlem Renaissance. Y'all gonna put it in the chat. But her and what's her name? Queen Latifah and her are looking like the same, and the same thing is here because it's saying historical accounts basically describe Montezuma as looking like Scottie Pippen. Zora Neale Hurston, that's her name. Zora Neale Hurston and Queen Latifah look exactly alike, like they just reincarnated. Now, my conspiracy theory brain thinks that these people are reincarnating themselves, and that's why they're celebrities. That's what I believe. But in other situations where we believe in reincarnation, what we understand is we are our ancestors. We are products of our ancestors. This is why lineage and genealogy is so important. We are products of our ancestors. We have to do what our ancestors want us and have us here to do, but we won't know it unless we tap in, okay? We have to tap into that ancestral work. And when I look at this whole situation with Scottie Pippen looking like Montezuma and Queen Latifah looking like Zora Neale Hurston, it could go one or two ways. You can go conspiracy way and say they are reincarnating themselves, because I do believe in reincarnation. Or you can look at it like we are products of our ancestors. And I think that's what we are. I believe that's what we are. But I wanted to show y'all this as well. Shout out to this page. I can't what's the name of the page? I can't see the name. Pop Darby. No, I don't think that's the name of the page. But anyway, here are the different ways the Indians looked back in those days. You see East Coast Indians. And listen, This is another misconception. They'll tell you that they didn't have black people on the East Coast. That's cap. Black people roamed the whole United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. We were everywhere. Now, they pushed a lot of us off to the side in different places, but there are black people, black Indians, who are indigenous to the East Coast. Don't ever get that twisted, okay? New York, Jersey, all of that. Then we got West Coast California Indians, and then we got down south Mississippi Indians and the Midwest Wisconsin Indians. This is the craziest part about the down south Mississippi Indians. See, they got people who will get on here and say that we don't have a language. We speak the Queen's English, or we speak English, which is the clear man's language. We dress like them. We got suits and all that stuff. That's cap. Has anybody ever thought, just maybe, possibly, that we were the ones speaking the language that we speak? And then the Queen's English could have possibly came on after that. We were dressing the way we were dressing before they came, and then they started copying our style like they do in 2025. They study Ebonics. They study Ebonics. AAVE. They got books, dictionaries on it. Okay? They study our language. We speak a different language on a day-to-day basis. We speak a different language on a day-to-day basis. So who's to tell me that I was stripped of my language and given another language and I can use this one so colorfully? I'm just asking. I mean, this is just an assumption. I don't know this to be fact. This is just some of the downloads that be coming to me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how are we to know that we didn't already have this language and the West Coast Indians were saying Mark and all that other crazy stuff, and the South Indians, the Southern Indians were saying, whoa, what's them? Or they was, you know what I'm saying, had their country slang, and the East Coast, and then they came up with their own so-called English. Who's to say? So don't never let nobody come and tell you that you ain't got no language, you ain't got no culture, you ain't got no food. Nigga, we got everything. But I just found it funny that the Southern Indian is dressed up and draped up in this garb. Mind you, the down south Mississippian, those are a lot of the Indians that went in and out of Mexico as well. Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Mexico, and even back and forth to the West Coast. So keep that in mind. What we can look at now is what's happened in the past. They follow us. We don't follow them. They talk like us. We don't talk like them. They do what we do. We don't do what they do. And that's all over the world, Craig. So I just wanted to add that because we got to get into the show. I think it was one more picture on here. Oh, and according to 1798 AD, they said this is what the emblem of America looked like, and this is what the emblem of Africa looked like. Let me also say this. When when Christopher Columbus landed in Dominican Republic, is that where he landed? Hispaniola. One of the things he wrote was, these people are so giving and so sweet and so kind, it'll be so easy to take over them. It's literally like taking candy from a baby. They dumb. Mind you, he didn't make it to North America. He made it to the Caribbean Isles. And because we were so giving, oh, come on into the cookout, he wrote back and said, you won't believe it. You got to get here to see it. How stupid and dumb these people is. We're going to be able to take them over with nothing. That's them taking advantage of our heart. But I thought the emblem of America and the emblem of Africa was interesting because they kind of share the same kind of like head garbs, the kind of same dress and everything. I thought it was dope. And then I think that's it I want to show y'all. Oh, and this is another emblem of America, or another photo of America. We've always been here. The reason why we're addicted to weed, the reason why we're addicted to tobacco the way we are, because that's something that we always did. We've always owned the monopoly on it. But anyway, I got to move on and get into the show. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. And thank you. I just want to give y'all the few little honorable mentions. I like for them to be a bit educational if I can. Just to kind of give y'all a little something before we get into the tea. Meek, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Says, Vu, can you put the maps on your community wall, please? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Thank you, ma'am. Will do. Nitwit, thank you for the super chat. Says, my mom was a victim of this. She was told they removed fibroids and didn't know for years she could not conceive. I was adopted. Wow. And you know what's crazy? You say that, Nitwit. A lot of these women are going to get these surgeries for these in vitros. Y'all don't know. Even the abortions, y'all don't know what them people down there doing. Y'all don't know what them people down there doing. Yeah, Mary Kay, I did hear the map is upside down, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Yes, y'all don't know what them people is doing. I'm just saying. They ain't never, listen, if they've been experimenting on us since the beginning of time, what makes y'all think they stopped? Just a curious question. Let's get into the show, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. I do believe the map is upside down. Yes, I believe what's up is down, what's down is up. Abso-freaking-lutely, okay? Now, before we get into Beyonce, I want to show y'all this too. Look at Shannon Sharp doing the electric slide, girl. He looks so bad. Big old country bumpkin. Look at him. He looks so bad. Let me see, they got music on here. Look at him. Just big for nothing. You know what I was thinking about too this morning? People think because he all big, he probably was dropping off a big old log in that little clear, girl. It's probably Lil. It's probably Lil. But he looks so bad. I just wanted to add that on here. He looked so bad. Let's get into the Cowboy Carter tour because I have a few questions. Shout out to the Cowboy Carter people. But I have a few questions. First and foremost, I didn't realize when I shared that video yesterday that I was sharing basically the tour. First of all, I didn't know Okra and Toilet Paper was at the tour. Did y'all know that? Look, Okra and Toilet Paper at the concert. They couldn't wait till this song come on because it's the only song they know. This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em. That's the only song y'all know. They couldn't wait for that song. Girl, they probably had the phones up like this the whole time. Look. Soon as she finished the song, this them. Oh no, that ain't it. She going into another set. They changing clothes. She gonna sing it. No, that ain't it. Y'all don't know that girl song. Stop with all of that. Y'all don't know that girl song. Y'all only know that part of the song. This ain't Texas. It ain't no hold 'em. Y'all only know that part, girl. Y'all get on my nerves. Beehive, y'all is crazy. The Beehive people, y'all is crazy. Something is seriously mentally wrong with the Beehive people. I don't care what nobody says. But anyway, Toilet Paper and Okra was at the concert talking about this ain't Texas and ain't no hold 'em. They say they bought out a whole little section up there. Look at them, little bastards. Look at them. I'll be there my case on that's with you. I'm going to shoot on me money too. It's a real life, take it to the top now. This ain't Texas. I bet Toilet Paper wanted them to take that ball cap on, put a wig on, put them saggy titties on like Madea and go down there and get on stage. I know he did. I know he just wanted to have the wind blowing his wig while he do like this. He's so feminine. He's so. Anyways, Toilet Paper and Okra went to the concert, and I don't know why they recorded themselves. They could have just act like they was there and not said nothing. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Girl, moving on. But I didn't know that this was the tour. I didn't hear much rumble in the jungle about the tour. Now, one thing about Beyonce is she's going to make an album that y'all not going to buy. She's going to make an album y'all not going to buy. She's going to make an album that y'all are not going to know one song off the album, but she knows y'all going to come to the show. Okay? So with that being said, she realized, how do I up the ante of the show? Okay, we got Blue. Everybody done seen Blue. Ain't nobody worried about Blue. So she said, Yella, bring your ass over here. And here come Yella on the show. Now, this is why Yella was so excited to be on stage with her mama and her sister. Because, you know, Yella normally be hitting in the bike. But they let Yella come on to the front today because Beyonce needs something else to go viral because the music damn sure ain't going viral. Hold on. Check it out, Beyonce. What happened?
Even though I know someday you'll shine on your own, I'll be protected. Even though I know someday you'll shine on your own.
Look at Blue. Look at Blue. Blue tied of yellow, green, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Look at Blue. Go ahead on, Blue. Hit the snake, girl. Go ahead on, Snake. All right. So yeah, Yellow was there, and I appreciated this. Look at, she's so happy her mama showing her some attention. I feel like Beyonce liked Blue more than the rest of her churn, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I think that it was so dope that she brought Yellow out here for everybody to come see, because y'all tired of seeing Blue and y'all don't know the song. So you feel what I'm saying? So I love that she brought Yellow out there. I thought that was cute. She needs to incorporate Yellow more into the show. We just got to get Yellow on some choreography. That's all. We just got to get on the choreography first. You know, we worked with Blue. She gonna get it. We gonna get her ready for the choreography. But I heard, this is just what I heard. I don't know this to be a fact. But I heard the tickets ain't ticketing like they say. Now, a lot of the Beehive people gonna get on here and say, but that's not true. I tried to buy a ticket and it was sold out. That ain't what the people said. What's going on? Oh, I get it. Ain't no single ladies here. It's a Texas Roadhouse. Y'all don't want to go down there with your cowboy boots and put them on the ground. See, y'all want to put them on the ground, but y'all don't really want to put them on the ground. See, she got Yellow out there to come get y'all out the house and down to the show. And they say, allegedly, they say y'all still ain't coming out there. Now, what's going on? What else she got to do? What else does she have to do? You want Green to come out too? You want Jay out there? What do y'all want? What do y'all want? And you know what? I feel the frustration of Beyonce. Bitch, I've been stealing for 20 years and giving it to y'all. And this is the thanks I get? I don't blame her. I've been stealing for 20 years. Working like a dog, day in and day out stealing. And you niggas ain't gonna go buy the tickets to come down to the seat to see the show. Y'all dirty. I'm with Beyonce. You know how hard it is to steal somebody's stuff and act like it's yours and actually get away with it? If I was Beyonce, I would have got on the mic and cussed all y'all ass out. I would have said, cut the music, DJ, because I'm tired of these hoes. Y'all wrong for doing that. Y'all treating her like Meg. Why would y'all treat her like Meg? She got a little more skin in the game than Meg. Y'all wrong for that. But anyway, it was a tour. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a tour. And this how I know they wasn't making no noise, because I would have heard about the tour. All the hoes would have been on Instagram, TikTok, and all of that with their cowboy boots. I didn't see nobody with no cowboy boots not going to the Beyonce tour. I say, well, girl, what's going on? I know what's going on. Y'all don't know these songs off the album. Y'all didn't buy the album, and you know you didn't. But it's one more thing I wanted to show y'all. So this heifer was down here singing the national anthem, and when I seen this, I almost fell through the floor. Let me get her on here. Now, bitch, I done been to many basketball games, football games, and things of that nature, and they always start off the show with the national anthem. But when I seen Queen Yodel over here yodeling her way through the national anthem, I almost threw my phone and broke my phone. Because in my mind, I'm thinking of all the songs you could have sang. You've been stealing all day. Why steal the national anthem, Fat? It's free. Everybody can sing it. No penalty. You don't even have to steal that. This heifer went to yodeling through the doggone national anthem. I couldn't believe it. And she sounded a mess. Look. She sounded a mess. And let me tell you why. It's not that her voice is bad. Her voice is great. But when people who have all that fluctuation in and out of their voice, those people should be banned from singing the national anthem, because it doesn't call for that. This is why Whitney Lakeisha Houston sang the best national anthem, because she didn't overdo it. She just sang it. flawlessly, but she sang it. All that red glare, that don't go with that. Sing the words, get it over with, hit your notes, and go home. That's all the national anthem called for. That's why so many people fumble the national anthem. You can't do that, baby. You can't. You can't. Okay? So to me, knowing how that national anthem should go, she sounded a mess. She sounded a mess. I don't care. But my thing is, why is you even singing it? Why is you even singing that? You ran out of songs? There's no way she ran out of songs. Because everybody know Beyonce been singing since she was 12 years old. There's no way she ran out of songs. The national anthem, and then somebody in the chat. Oh, she sung Freedom. It was so exhilarating. It was so free. Girl, no, it wasn't. Because right after you holler, freedom, freedom, cut me loose. Freedom, tie my boots. Right after that, you're back in shackles and chains. Girl, please. Y'all on here hollering freedom, but you don't have... If it's so much freedom, clock out then. It just bothers me because at this point it's tired and it's through and it's delayed. Beyonce, don't you do another tour. Unless you're going to do an old tour, a tour where you bring back all of the old Destiny's Child girl, not Michelle, the Farrah, and we bring Kelly back, but not them. Bring them too. But we need the first original four. Get Toya, Tabia, in bald head Kelly, and you get up there and say, unless you're gonna do something like that and throw us all the way back, get Tip to come out here to help you with the Soldier, Wayne, and all that. Unless you're gonna do that, girl, stop. Like, it's just tired. It's tired, and you're running out of material. That's why you're on here singing the national anthem. Beyonce, you sounded a mess. I'm sorry. I know what it's supposed to sound like. You sounded a mess. I also want to show y'all this. Now, I told y'all who the greatest entertainer was of our time. And when I told y'all, y'all thought I was capping. Y'all thought I was just hating. And, you know, I do be hating sometimes. I ain't going to lie. Sometimes, but when I'm hating, I normally will tell y'all. Normally, I'll be like, yeah, I'm just hating. I ain't going to lie. Like the Brat, Dagger Brat, and Dagger Judy, I be hating on them for real, because I just be jealous. You know what I mean? But neither here nor there. I'm not hating on this. Why is this bitch flying around the stadium in an old Cadillac converter? What you call them? Cadillac convert? No, what you call a car? A drop down Cadillac. Enough for the damn one of the doggone strings to pop and unalive 30 people. She trying to channel Chris Breezy. She can't. Remember, Breezy was flying around the doggone stadium with one string held on to his bike. And that nigga was saying, don't wake me up, 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 up. And that nigga was soaring through the sky. Soaring through the sky, singing, don't wake me up and all of that stuff. It's... But y'all gonna say that she's the better entertainer. Girl, we didn't need you in the car flying across the air. We heard the yodeling from the stage. We didn't need that. We did not need you to get in the car and fly over here. We didn't. You could have stayed on the stage and I could have watched it up on the Megatron. You ain't have to do all of that. You didn't. Flying across the stage in that heavy ass car for why? For why? Why, Beyonce? Why, Bianca? I don't understand. Why is you flying across the area? What song was she singing? I'm trying to see what song she got that make her feel like she need to get in the car and fly with it. Hold on. I don't know that song. But it's a no for me, dog. Beyonce. I want to hold her hand when I say this to her. Come back with the old shit or don't come back at all. The girls are not feeling your. I'm gonna tell you what your fans don't want to tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm not a fan, so I can tell you they don't like your new music. They don't. Now they tolerate it and they'll act like they like it, and they'll get on here and windmill on me and say they like it. They don't like it. They lying. They don't like your music. They don't. They just learn them so when they get to the concert they can mouth them with you. But they don't like your music. It's trash. It's trash. The whole Cowboy album, trash. The last album, I ain't even heard of it, but still trash. I don't know what you've been going through. I don't know if Jay-Z popped me in the back of the head or whatever the case may be. That ain't my pernt. My pernt is come back with the old stuff or don't come back. We don't want to hear it. That's why, and look, you flying cars all over them people head enough for something to happen. You see what I'm saying? That would have been a tragedy for everybody involved. Just go ahead on and get up off of here, Beyonce. I love the fact that you brought Yellow to the concert. Shout out to Yellow. I think you should do a family event one time. I don't know, but the people they not feeling you, girl. They not feeling you. They not. They lying. They lying. They in the chat now. Who that was? Talking about Kiana said, I like Renaissance. Girl, you don't know 5 songs off the album. They lying. Beyonce, I'm telling you the truth. They lying. They lying. They don't like it. They don't like it. They lying. They lying. They gonna tell you because they lying, girl. I just have to say that part. Beyonce, you look a mess. You sounded a mess during the national anthem. Please leave the Clear People's Music alone, which is the national anthem. We don't need to hear you singing it. This ain't a baseball game, a football game, a soccer game. This ain't a doggone military event. Get your ass down off them damn cars floating around this doggone place, not for something to go wrong. And get down there and sing the old songs. If you're not gonna sing the old songs, keep your mouth closed. Period, point blank. Let's move on. Now, really quickly, since we on losers, and I'm not calling Beyonce a loser because she's not a loser. I'm not even calling this next person a loser, but she do loser stuff. So I'm gonna just go with the move. Meg Thee Stallion bought a Popeyes. Now, first and foremost, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion for buying a Popeyes. I love that for Meg. It's very smart investment-wise because guess what? People are gonna always go to Popeyes. They're gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you feel about it, at the end of the day, the drive-thru will always have cars wrapped around the corner. Investment-wise, this was extremely intelligent of her to do, okay? If I were her, I would have got a chain of them bitches. You feel what I'm saying? You know how Shaq did with the pizza place? This is very, very smart. Extremely smart. But I also told y'all this. Artists don't make no money like that. They don't. As a matter of fact, the artist gets paid the least out of everybody. The artists get the pennies, literal pennies left. Okay? So in my opinion, even though she's touring, even though she's begging to get on other girls' songs because she can't hack it herself, all those things, Meg needs a steadier stream of income. And this rap shit ain't gonna get it. So in my opinion, her opening this Popeyes was great. Financially, it was an amazing investment because Popeyes already has its own. See, this is what people don't understand. Girl, my bad, my sign fell. I get it. This is what people don't understand about what do you call it? This is what people don't understand about franchises. See, what makes a franchise convenient is you don't have to sell it. It's already sold. So when people franchise a McDonald's, people franchise a Popeyes, people franchise a KFC, all you got to do is open the doors. That's it. The people already know what it is. You don't need no advertisement. It's already coming. So her franchising through Popeyes was a dope idea. Same way Shaq did with Papa John's, I want to say. Same thing he did because the product sells itself. You don't have to do nothing. But another thing people don't know about franchises is you don't make a lot of the money. A large portion of the money goes back to the people who own the actual company. Okay, so whoever Mr. or Mrs. Popeyes is, it used to be Al Copeland. Remind you, he stole the recipe from a black woman out the projects. just like the KFC Colonel did. This is what they do. But he stole the recipe from a black woman out the projects, paid her pennies on the dollar, and made billions, maybe I'll say at least millions of dollars off of this stuff. Now, Al Copeland's family still owns the original recipe, meaning if you go down to Popeyes and you order red beans and rice, a biscuit, or any of that original chicken, not the new stuff, not the kicking chicken, and not that. That's why they push that, because anything you order off that original menu, the mashed potatoes, the red beans, the coleslaw, that money they have to split with Al Copeland, because even though he sold the name, he didn't sell the recipe. So this is why when you got new owners, they already advertising new stuff. Oh, come get the new kicking chicken, honey. Come on, get this new chicken sandwich, honey. It was to get you away from spending more money on the original so that they don't pay more out. But either way, when you franchise and you do end up paying a lot out because it's already like a ready-made business, or whatever the case may be, but it's still a lucrative business. I think this is dope. I also think that Meg is doing this because the money in the rap game ain't paying. It's just not. It's just not. Yes, she's touring and she probably makes the bulk of her money from the tours. But when you count overhead, all the people you got to pay, she's not, listen, the key to being a celebrity, or the key to keeping a celebrity separate from you, is to make you believe that they have more than what they have. That's the key. Belief. Say it is so, and so it shall be. That's the key. Belief. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing else. It's for you to believe that these folks is doing better than they really are. A lot of times they're doing just as bad as you. Now, Meg, what she probably did was because she's on the back end of her career. It's short and she's young, but at the end of the day, she's kind of moving toward the back end of her career. And what she's realizing is, hey, this rap money ain't gonna hold it. I need to start investing. Now, I saw people on here like, oh, I guess she was going to open up a clinic and with a degree. I'm going to be completely honest. Meg don't give a damn about no doggone clinic. Meg don't give a damn about being a hospital, what I call them, a hospital secretary. Meg don't give a damn about that. Meg did that for publicity. Meg got that degree for the average girl who in school to feel okay about twerking and busting their coochie open on Instagram. Meg don't give a damn about that degree. That's why she went to where it's lucrative and opened that damn Popeyes. Okay? So don't ask about, oh, well, I thought she was opening a clinic. Girl, wait on it. Let her get her money off of this first. Okay? Because this is going to make her money out the gate. The clinic might take a while to come up and running. Okay? But what she's doing right now is smart, because now she'll be able to maintain the lie of her being uber successful. Because at the end of the day, like I told y'all, anybody will tell you this, the artist gets paid the least money of everybody. They do most of the work and they get paid the least. Why you think Prince had slave written across his doggone cheek? Why you think Michael Jackson told you about how everybody lying, they stole everything from us? They are slaves, literally. Just like we are slaves to our jobs. We all slaves at some point, because we all not getting compensated the way we should be for what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? But she's doing what she have to do to keep, her funds up as she should. This is generational wealth. I don't know if she plans on having a family, but this is something that's going to keep her bills paid. Like when the rap shit go off, she's still going to be able to pay her mortgage and flick the light on and put the key in the door and it work. So I love this for Meg. But I got to be honest. I guess you begging all these other rappers like Doechii and all that to work with you. I guess that's running dry too. People don't want to work with you, Meg. And you want to know why? Because every single song you talking about busting your coochie open, we tired, Meg. We tired. Even the lesbians don't even want to hear no more. We tired, girl. We done synced it. We all right. We tired. We tired, boss. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear about it neither. Every single song you own, you got to talk about that coochie and that ass. We tired. Beautiful coochie, beautiful ass. But we tired, bro. Now don't get me wrong. They got hotties on here, you know what I'm saying, who love to see your coochie and your ass. I ain't mad at it. But I'm just saying, I feel like a nigga that done been married to a woman for 30 years. Girl, I done seen every part of you. What else is there to do? Like, You know, and people bringing up her degrees and all that stuff. I really wish she used those degrees and that education to tap into some diversity. I really do, because I'm so tired of hearing her rap about her ass and her coochie. I am so tired. At this point, I don't even believe it no more. Yeah, Cardi too. Cardi too. I'm tired. At this point, I believe your coochie trash. At this point, because you done said it so much. Now I feel like it's dry and trash. That's just me. Now I feel like it's dry and trash. I might be wrong, but I'm just saying. You know, like, come on, man. We've had enough. We've had enough. Let's move on. Shout out to Meg, though, for doing that. Franchises have its goods and its bads, this yin and this yang, like anything else. I personally wouldn't open a franchise personally, simply because of how much money you have to shelve out. And plus there's demands, there's like rules, like you're under a lot of rules when you franchise. So like if the company say, if Popeyes, if Mr. or Mrs. Popeyes say, you will open that motherfucker from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day, no questions asked, or you will be fined and stuff like that. It's too many rules and stipulations about it, which probably works out better in your favor. But other than that, it still is a great investment for her, especially with the music not selling. So it just is what it is. I want to move on to Lil Durk. So Lil Durk requested a bond hearing, and the judge accepted his request for a bond hearing. She didn't say he can be bonded out, but they did say that he can go to court and plead his case about this bond hearing. Now, let's get into this. Y'all know Lil Durk was arrested for allegedly having his people set up some dudes who popped some Lil King Von or whatever. This is legend has it. Legend has it that King Von got popped by some niggas, and the internet bucked Lil Durk up to avenge his death and have some people do some craziness, and he did just that. And then it came back to bite him in the ass because he on the phone telling them, rent the car, but don't use my credit card. So that's, for lack of better terms, kind of synopsis. It says judge agreed. So I'm sorry, before that, he's been trying to get a bond hearing. Yella Beezy out on bond. A lot of these boys getting out on bond. And he feels like, yo, I should be out on bond fighting my case from home. And maybe he should. I don't know. But he's asking for a bond hearing, and they said that they don't have a problem with hearing his case. It says judge agrees to hear Lil Durk's new bond request on May 8th. Rapper offers $1 million in cash, real estate, and 24/7 security. Let me say this. I've seen this before. I've seen this movie before. Diddy offered his whole life, his a-hole and everything else, and them folks still told him to kick rocks. See, what the black man or the black person in the judicial system has to understand is it's never about your money when their principle is heavier than the money. Okay? Them white folks, I mean, yeah, on some regular random judge case, yeah, you throw them a little something, they got you. This right here is political. Whoever is the DA, whoever is the judge, these folks are going to eat off of having you arrested for years and scolds and blows. This is going to feed their grandkids. You could offer them $1 trillion, just like Diddy. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than the person. This is a system of things that's happening and taking place, okay? So when you start offering all these insane amounts of monies and real estate and cars and property, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times they see that and they really don't want to give you what you're asking for because they feel like, who does this nigga think he is? He think he bigger than the program. He think that he can take his little nigger money and bribe me into taking his or doing X, Y, and Z. And that don't go like that. Listen, pride and principle is the number one leader of a lot of men losing their lives. And I think that's what we're dealing with here, but we'll see. So they've accepted his request for a bond hearing, and let's get into it. Lil Durk, currently jailed on federal murder for hire charges, will appear before a judge on May 8th in Los Angeles to request bond. His legal team plans to present a new bail package worth over $2 million, including $1 million in cash. Dang, nigga, you got $1 million in cash? Do y'all know what that means? To have $1 million in liquid cash? Like, I don't know if y'all know that. Not logging into your account and it say 1 point whatever. That's fake. That's fake. Because see, this is a whole nother thing. Your paycheck that gets direct deposit, that's fake too. That's a whole nother story. But $1 million in cash. I'm talking about I can go to the ATM, not the ATM, but I can go down to the bank and pull out duffel bags of money. That is insanitary. Damn, that nigga got money. If he got $1 million in cash. Anyway, $900,000 in real estate, $150K for an associate, 24/7 armed security, and electronic monitoring to argue he's not a flight risk. Sounds very Diddy-esque. The rapper, real name Dirk Banks, has been in custody since October 2024 and is accused of financing a deadly 2022 shooting. His team denies the claims and says prosecutors are misusing song lyrics and online content as evidence. So this is what's tea. Right now, the judge says, okay, we'll hear your request for bond. He's offering over $2 million in liquid assets and cash. That goes to show you the boy ain't hurting, okay? And that may as well be a slap in the face, depending on who the judge is, who's overseeing his case. Because one thing clears don't like, and it's been since the beginning of time, I would say this till I'm blue in the face. Black people economically were never in the position they were in until the civil rights movement in the 60s. Economically, as a collective, we had our own dollar resurfacing and going through our communities, and we were independent economically. And one thing them clears don't like, and that's one thing they fear, is an economically independent, especially Black man. You get it? They hate it. And the fact that he has that, that'll make him or her, whoever the judge is, feel like, who this nigga think he is? Like, this nigga must think he better than me. This nigga must think he got more money. Oh, you could put up $2 million? All right, bet. Yeah, denied. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I'm just telling you how a lot of these folks look at it. We got a lot of young brothers coming up, rather good or bad, that are economically independent. Not just young brothers, young people. Okay? A lot of young people who are coming up and being economically independent. The same thing happened with Shedeur Sanders. That's why they humbled him. Like, who this nigga think he is? I will be mindful of this with Lil Durk. But we'll see how it goes. When they say he go to court, they say he go to court. They didn't say. Oh, May 8th. May 8th. So we'll be keeping our ears pierced to see what they said about this. Like I said, Yellow Boy out on bond. Who knows? But you never know in this system, child. It could go either way in this system. This system is a mess. Moving on. I want to get to, let's hurry up and get Kanye out the way, girl. Kanye crashing out, talking about how he don't get to see his kids and all of that. And although he's batshit crazy, I still don't think he should be kept away from his kids unless he harmed them or threatened to harm them in any way. I don't think Ye should be kept away from his kids as a father. That's just me. Now, again, personal situation between Ye and the mammies, that's different. But unless he's been a threat to the children, I don't see why he should be kept away from his kids. But Ye is freaking out. He already got on here, talked about his cousins and how he don't have to say that he not gay because he not gay. All types of craziness, whatever. And now he's on here telling us that he's not able to see his kids. Now, this is my only issue that I have with you, Ye. Well, I have a lot of issues with you, but I still stand behind Ye. I do. I stand behind Ye, okay? You knew what you were getting into before you married Kim Kardashian. You watched that family who shared zero commonality with you in the way in which you were raised. Kanye, you had a Black woman who seemed like a down-to-earth Black woman who would have cleaned your dirty drawers and kept you in line. But you got thirsty for that Hollywood. You got thirsty for that fame, and you walked right into the trap that you're in. Now, 4 years later, although I sympathize with you not being able to see your kids, a part of me feels like you just have buyer's remorse, my nigga. That's it. If you ever want to see how a person is, look at their history. Look at the people before them. Look at how they were raised. Look at how they interact and react to certain things. There has been nothing positive about the Kardashians since its inception. And I was there the first day that show came on E! Ryan Seacrest introduced it. I was there. From early on in that show, they was talking about how Chris had them girls allegedly on birth control, 12, 13, 14 years old, 15, 16, they had 2-3 abortions down. What did you think you were getting, Kanye? Just like the little clear girl with Shannon Sharpe, everybody wants them a big black baby in the baby gravy, because having a black child is like, an accessory now for the clears. Everybody wants someone. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. You feel what I'm saying? So you gave this girl 4 black babies, and now you on here crying because she won't let you see him. She's connected. You know it. That's why she's able to do what she's doing. But you knew this before you walked into the door. Kanye is suffering from a real severe case of buyer's remorse with his mama and the sacrifice with her, with his career, with the Adidas stuff, with Kim. Kanye is suffering a severe case of buyer's remorse. For people who don't know what buyer's remorse is, it's typically people who have shopping addictions and stuff go through it. Or typically people who just spend money they don't have. You go to the store, you go somewhere and you buy something. You buy something and you look at that says something and you say, I want this. And even in the back of your mind, you know you don't need it. I need this, I want it. You get home, you get the cup, you sit the cup down. After you drink out of it, you look at it and go, now, why in the hell would I do that? I knew I didn't need that. That's buyer's remorse. This is what Kanye, in my opinion, suffers with when it comes down to his life that he chose in order to gain fame. Now, fast forward, again, Kim ain't letting him see them churn. She's using him crashing out online, probably against him, to say that he batshit crazy, and he's wigging out again. Check it out.
Why you got all these black kids that just sitting in that school and y'all niggas is just trying to jump up and down from McDonald's, nigga? None of these celebrity niggas give a fuck about anything but their next motherfucking cheeseburger, nigga. Yeah, academics put that battery in my back, bro. Because I was in the airport by myself, bro. That shit is so important to me, man. I mean, love you, bro. That meant everything to me, bro. I'm gonna go get these kids, man. Fuck all these faggot niggas. I'm gonna go get these kids, bro. I'm talking to the lawyers. It gets to the point so I don't lose my fucking mind. I'm like, I have to get used to that seeing my kids. Like, it'll be okay. And then niggas like, hey, Ferg. Oh, I could be whole. Nigga, I could be whole when I see my kids. Nigga, come talk to me. You niggas don't know shit. I'm the leader, nigga. Why y'all keep trying to figure shit out, nigga? If I go like that, y'all go like that. I'm y'all leader. Only y'all. And it's okay. It ain't nothing. But y'all niggas ain't doing no season 3 stadium show. How many millionaires you seen Virgil made? How many people met Virgil was like, I'm a millionaire now. I'm a billionaire now. That's what they do. The white people, the Jews, they'll grab a Kendrick, a Virgil, and then put a false idol, a false king. And I'm not here to be your idol. I'm the leader. I'm not here to be worshipped. And as a leader, I'm saying, how am I supposed to lead y'all if I don't got my kids with me to continue what we're doing? I ain't got no motherfucking legacy. So why the fuck you think I'll be spazzing out, nigga? Twins in charge of my motherfucking legacy, nigga, and I'm gay. Twins in charge of my motherfucking legacy, and I'm gay, nigga. Turn that shit off. I'm in charge. I'm in charge of my legacy. Let me put that in the universe. Thank you, Act. Why you got all these...
All right, so if you can understand through the muffled mask and probably the grill that he has in, basically he's crashing out because he feels like he needs his kids with him and he's not able to see them. Obviously, Kim has your kids, and I'm gonna be completely honest. That Kardashian legacy to the kids is going to be taught to them tenfold, way more than the Kanye West legacy. They are going to feel like the Kardashian name is way more heavier and way more important than the West name. And let me tell you why. Although the Kardashian name is a pop culture iconic type of thing, you feel what I'm saying? I get that. But Kanye West music touches everybody. The Kim Kardashians don't. But Kanye West has probably touched more places on this earth. And when I say touch, I mean like his influence. He has probably touched more faces, more places on this earth than Kardashian has. But it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. It's not what you know to be a fact, it's who tells the story. And what Kim is going to do is make it seem like that Kardashian name is really that name. She's going to try to X you out. She's going to try to X you out. It wouldn't surprise me if in the next 10, 15, 20 years, she say if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have the success that you had. Mind you, we all know that Kim married you to get to gain from you, not the other way around. That was the gag. Now, I don't know if this was an arranged marriage by the powers that be that say, hey, if you want to X, Y, and Z, you need to go marry Kim, because a lot of those weird things happening. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know if they told him you have to go marry her and procreate with her. I told you they didn't stop selective breeding in slavery. They still doing that in 2025. I told y'all that. They still doing selective breeding, okay? So, with that being said, Kim got with Kanye because there were way more for her to gain from him than the other way around. She's gained everything that she's needed. Thanks to Kanye West, she is a billionaire. Thanks to Kanye West. Thanks to Kanye West, she has 4 kids that will keep her paid and will also keep her paid in her adult years, just like Chris did her and her 4 kids. You have literally given Kim the gift that keeps on giving. She's not relinquishing those kids to you, bro. And you got all that money, all of that influence, and you really sitting around here crashing out because you can't do something as simple as see your kids. You set yourself up for this. And this is another thing I want to say. Stop saying that those children are black. They are not black. Those are biracial children. I don't care what the phenotype looks like. I don't care if they light skin, dark skin, nappy hair, so-called good hair. Those are biracial children. Those are not black children. They won't be raised as black children. As a matter of fact, they'll identify more with the white side of them than the black on any given Sunday. No pun intended. They're not black kids. So don't say she got my black kids. She got my black kids. Them kids whiter than the whitest snow. They won't know much of anything about their black heritage because they're going to be up under the Kardashians all day and all night. Yay, I don't know what else to tell you. I do feel like it's messed up that you don't get to see your kids. Like I said, unless you threaten the kids or something threatened happened when you had the kids, I don't feel like they should keep you away from the kids. But it is what it is. This is what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. And you know what's crazy? People putting the Gold Digger song in the chat. And that's what make me feel like one or two things happen. Either he was told, you have to go over there and marry that girl, or you wanted it so bad. You wanted what seemed to be proximity to them clears and proximity to the right people, and you thought marrying her was going to get you there. Either way, you're screwed. You got to watch what you ask for, because a lot of times it come with drawbacks too. And Lil North looked just like him. Girl, it's ridiculous how much she looked like her daddy. Ridiculous how much she looked like her daddy. And she can't even be around him because he on here crashing out, wigging out, talking about sucking peen at 6 years old. Dummy. Ain't no judge gonna take them kids out of her hand and give them to you, and you on here crashing out. It is what it is. Buyer's remorse. That's when I'm gonna go with it. But shout out to Kanye. I still support him in his efforts and all that stuff. When he said, "I'm not a one of them. I'm a leader." If that's what he believed, hell, I believe it too. At this point, let's move on. I want to move to Chris Carter. Now, a lot of you guys may not know Chris Carter. Chris Carter is an ex-NFL player. Chris Carter is an ex-NFL player, and Is this it? Yeah. And he sat down. No. let me play him first. Because I feel like it's going to put context to it. So Cris Carter is an ex-NFL player, and he sat down with, I can't remember who it was, but he sat down with them and he spoke about Shedeur Sanders. We already talked about Shedeur Sanders over here. Remember, Shedeur Sanders is one of the kids. He's Deion Sanders' son, and he's being deemed difficult, hard to work with, all types of stuff because he was confident, because he doesn't need the power structure that wants to use him and say that you have to. So just like I told y'all, we got to watch out for the people on the side. We also got to watch out for treasonous people as well. Cris Carter, from what I can remember or what I can recall, is FBA. He is a Black American. And he's on here literally going in about how, I heard through other people he was hard to work with and he think he bigger than the program, and the NFL taught him. Yeah, they told him. And And then it started dawning on me when I went to Google him, he married to a clear woman. So that makes sense. You know, the mentality is different. Let's get into what he had to say about Shedeur Sanders. Then I want to show you something from Deion before all this happened. But it says, neighbors, this is very interesting. Pro Football Hall of Famer Cris Carter had a lot to say about the outrage and controversy surrounding Shedeur Sanders. Many people were upset that the 23-year-old was drafted in the 5th round instead of the 1st. Carter says it makes sense. On his podcast, Fully Loaded, Cris Carter leans into Sanders, sharing that he believes the young athlete is arrogant and basically didn't play the game right. He says Shedeur comes off as entitled in interviews and believes he lacks certain measurables that would place him higher in the draft. Carter even states that Shedeur and his father, Deion Sanders, overshot their evaluation by making it seem like he was the next Eli Manning. They overplayed their hand, them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning. They didn't play that right. Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to. They didn't do that right. Not working out at combine. That wasn't the right thing. His interview process obviously could have done a lot better in that. It says people left that meeting and felt like he was very entitled. Carter says that being likable plays a part in the draft, and that the fact that Shedeur had already put together a merch line stating he is legendary was off-putting. He says the athlete will be working check to check now and can be cut whenever the Cleveland Browns feel like it. Carter believes these missteps combined with Deion Sanders' own action may have shortened them in a better opportunity and a $30 million to $50 million. Let me say this. He's making some points. He is making some points, but I want to get into what he actually said on the interview. But I also want to say this. I get it. The rules are different when we under the construct of those folks, but it's very disheartening to see one of our own get in mixed company and do this. It bothers me. It drives me insane. Let's get into some of the stuff he was saying.
All right. So what happened with Shedeur Sanders?
Well, a number of things happened. The number one thing that didn't happen was there was not a collusion message with the NFL owners.
Okay. What? Okay. A lot of people think that.
Because they wouldn't be able to keep a secret like that.
How do you know, Cris Carter? How do you know it's not a collusion effort? When he said collusion effort, meaning, remember I told y'all yesterday, I feel like it's somebody higher than the pay grade of Tom Brady that's literally working together to make sure this boy don't get drafted all 5 rounds. I don't believe that not one team wanted him for 5 rounds. I don't believe that. He's saying that that's not what happened, but he don't know that to be a fact. He's just a bootlicking Uncle Tom.
And
so they might do it, but they couldn't shut up about it.
They wouldn't be able to shut up about it. But every owner is very, very selfish. Now, why would I do something to my detriment? Like if I need a quarterback and I think this kid is it, what he didn't realize is the guys that have fallen in the draft before, they all had unusual traits. Like they had some superstar qualities to them. Now, some other things happened that made them fall, but Shedeur and his family, they overplayed their hand. Them thinking that he was in the same evaluation mode as Eli Manning, they didn't play that right.
I want to stop him here. A couple things I want to address. He said that they didn't play the cards right by putting him in the same mode as an Eli Manning. Basically, what he's saying is, yeah, he's great, he's good, but he's not that caliber of a quarterback. I would be lying to tell y'all I watched Shedeur enough to be able to confirm or deny that. But I have watched Shedeur play. Shedeur is a very good player. But I'm going to be honest, he's not in that top elite quarterback status. However, in my opinion, but again, I haven't watched enough of it to be able to really give you a real analysis. I stopped watching football once I realized it was all fake like wrestling, okay? But what I will say is this. If Shedeur gets on any stage or any platform and he believes that he's as good as an Eli or better than Eli, or if his father believes that this is what my son is, I don't see the problem with it. Because guess what? Let's really be clear about this. Guess what? There have been a lot of players that come through the NFL that's all this hoopla, hoorah, and all this stuff, and they get in there and they crash and burn. Period, point blank. I don't see anything wrong with them upselling with Deion upselling his child, and with Shedeur, if that's what it was, I don't see a problem with him upselling himself. I would upsell myself too. Yay! I do it all the time. I get on here, I'm the baddest bitch in here. I don't care. Bitch, put me next to Halle Berry. I can still get the nigga she got. I don't care. Bitch. And you might look at me like, girl, if you don't go lay your duck ass down, and that's cool. But I feel like that, and I'm not going to change that, and I'm not going to not say that to make other people feel some type of way. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do. He's going for a leadership position. Quarterback is a leadership position. He's supposed to go in, I'm the shit. And it's another thing too, because he talking about how the people felt. That's cool and dandy and all of that. Them folks care about their money. Them white boys, them old school crackers that's in charge of these. I'm talking about the crackers that's in charge of this football stuff was around for Jim Crow. They don't give a damn about none of that. Them people care about their money. So this is what makes me believe that this was some collusion at a pay grade higher than even theirs, because you're not going to convince me that even if you say he ain't as great as Eli, he damn sure ain't no piss-po ass quarterback. You're not about to tell me, especially the Saints. Let's talk about it. I'm from New Orleans. I was a huge Saints fan. I'm still a Saints fan. But the Saints need a quarterback like the grass need water, bitch. You mean to tell me they wanted to not draft him? You sound crazy. Oh, don't get me started on Tim Tebow, the clear dude who came through the draft and was trash. But I said he was trash before he come out of there. And that nigga would get on the sideline, putting Bible quotes on his shoes, and I'm this, that, and the third. Nigga was trash is trash. But ain't nobody said all that about him. Ain't nobody pushed him down in the draft. This is what it is. And this is a lot of stuff that's happening in our own communities as well. Your complexion decides how people deal with you. Shedeur ain't no light-skinned Steph Curry ass nigga. Shedeur a black ass nigga with a black ass daddy. And that's a problem to a lot of niggas. And white folks alike. I don't believe that this wasn't a collusion. I believe that this had everything to do with the higher ups hitting up every single one of them teams saying, you better not draft him. I believe that. Because one thing about an owner, all he care about is his bottom line. One of the biggest misconceptions in slavery was that they told y'all they was just willy-nilly killing all their slaves. Why would they do that? Then they lose out on their money. If I purchase a cow to produce milk, why would I just randomly go out there and shoot the cow? I need the milk, duck, goose. And it's the same thing with this doggone NFL shit. Them folks care about their coin, about their money. They want to win. They want to fill them seats in them stadiums. That's how they make their money. Wherever Shedeur go, the people is going. You mean to tell me that Ann Reid, none of them coaches, all of them felt some type of way and was like, nope, I ain't get. You done lost your rabbit. Bullshit. And I'm calling it because I understand how these crackers work.
Them trying to narrow the teams that he was going to go to, that didn't do right. Not working out the combine, that wasn't the right thing. His interview process, obviously, he could have done a lot better in that.
Let me start over from what he said. Them trying to choose the team he want to go to. When Archie Manning trash ass, because he was trash. When Archie Manning, the old Saints quarterback from the 80s, when he had his boys, he literally got on a press conference and said, my sons will not play for the New Orleans Saints. As a matter of fact, during draft season, this is what they said. I didn't say it. As a matter of fact, during draft season, they said that he was already in talks with the owners. Hey, yeah, I want him to come here, but he's not going now. So it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. Then, on top of that, they claim that he didn't work out at the combine. Two things could be true at the same time. A lot of people are really mad that Shedeur Sanders is confident, but sometimes if he did not work out at the combine, then he is wrong. Who the hell are you? You still have to play and act as if you're being shopped for these teams. You just because you're Shedeur Sanders and you have diamonds and golds and all that stuff, don't mean you get special treatment. If this is true, I don't know this to be a fact, but if it is true that Shedeur Sanders went to a combine and didn't work out, then Shedeur Sanders is wrong, and it will turn me off too. Okay. What's the third thing he said? And he didn't interview well. That's the most. Listen, I've been on boards for hiring people. When people tell you that you didn't get the job because you didn't interview well, that is the most bullshit excuse you will ever hear. People don't give a damn about your interview skills when they need somebody to take a position. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Interview skills are the very last thing. I know they tell y'all when y'all go fill out for these applications, oh, you got to make sure your interview skills are up. That's cool. Girl, I need somebody who know how to peel potatoes. Can you peel potatoes? For them to say, oh, his interviews weren't all of that, that's a cop-out. That's what employers tell you when they don't want to tell you you not a fit or we think you trash. Oh, yeah, it was your interview. Bullshit. He should have worked out at the combine if he did not work out at the combine. So he has a point there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people left that meeting, felt he was very, very entitled.
Which meet? Like, because they said Brian DeBall, Giants coach, had said he didn't like the meeting. He asked him, he had some book, was his playbook or something he was supposed to know, and he said he felt weird about it. I don't know who else said they didn't like the meeting with him. Or were just people behind the scenes saying they did?
Well, the thing about it, they didn't draft him.
I know that.
So it's not the tape. And he likes guys to be a little more open before he lets it go. And he doesn't have a big-time arm. He's not a big guy. He's not overly athletic. Mm-hmm. So his measurables are not, say, first-round measurables. But he played football like a first-rounder.
But it's
Shut the fuck up, Chris Carter. You sound stupid. Because I think they say Shedeur 6'2". Put it in the chat. They say Shedeur 6'2" or 6'3". Bitch. Drew Brees was 6 feet on a good day, and I done stood next to the nigga. He had to be about 5'10", 5'11". He stood on his tippy toes every single game. Go back and check out the footage. Every time Drew Brees had to throw a ball, he had to get on his tippy toes. That's how short he was behind the lineman. So don't tell me, oh, he's not that big he's not big. Bullshit. 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 He don't have to be 6'7" to be the quarterback because we've seen it happen on multiple different occasions. That's it. These are all excuses. Russell Wilson, I forgot, Black Gossip. That's another one who like 6 feet tall. I've stood next to and had conversation with Drew Brees. The nigga at least 5'11". At most, at best, 5'11". I'm telling you what I know. I done been next to Drew Brees. The nigga 5'11". They say 6 feet, fine. That nigga 5'11". You know who else real short like that? Because we used to see other athletes coming through New Orleans. Chris Paul. That nigga, I'm 5'4.5". That nigga about 5'6". Shem. I done talk to these niggas. I'm just telling you. So don't tell me his size ain't it, because it don't matter about size. How is the arm? This is all a bunch of bullshit. I'm telling you. This is all a bunch of bullshit.
It's tape is first-round tape, but his measurables are not first-round measurables.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. right now he's working check to check, man. Like
now the legendary thing, I do think that's a problem with the younger generation. They don't work for nothing. They just call themselves, they just give themselves titles. So that I agree with. But at the end of the day, this is very strategically done. They get another black man. See, so when they get another black man to say what they say, they can go back and say, see, another black man is saying it. Look what Chris Carter is saying. He's saying the same thing. They did the same thing with Judge Joe Brown in this Carmelo Anthony case. Any clear person or tether you talk to that have an issue with the Carmelo Anthony case, what's the first thing they say? Well, that's not what Joe Brown said. That's not what well, I listened to Joe Brown, and Joe Brown said he gonna go to jail. That's what they do. They put a black face on here to spew their bullshit so that they can be okay when they do, you know what I'm saying? What they do is say, but no, it's nothing to do with race. Look, Chris Carter said it. He's black. So you feel me? Chris Carter was used to get on here and do exactly what he did, but they all are puppets. Let's get into the fact of him saying that he's living check to check. That's your problem. He ain't living check to check before he get in the NFL. What makes you think that being in the NFL, he's going to be living check to check? Oh, and by the way, you bring up the fact that he can be cut at any point, and he comes in with his own lines of this, that, and the third. He owns his name, his image, and his likeness. See, a lot of the old school athletes and celebrities don't know what that feel like because they've been a slave to the system their entire lives, and even the ones before them. So to even grasp the concept that these children are in charge of their name, their image, and their likeness, it bothers them. So now you're gonna come in, well, he already came in with a whole line. What's the problem? The NFL don't cut them type of deals no way. It come from Nike, Reebok, Adidas. What's the problem? Why is that a problem that he has a line that he's going to bring more attention to whatever team he goes to? What's the problem? I know what the problem is. Who is that nigga on that nag? Stephen boy, don't you miss me? Yes, I do. I miss you like I miss Mammy Titty. I miss you like a rock in my shoe. Nah, who is that nigga on that nag? That's what you experiencing right now. Who is that nigga on that nag? Now, Steven, you cheeky black motherfucker like you go in and you get those rooms together for these girls. Get the rooms together. Is there a problem? Well, no. Unless you want me to burn the sheets and all that. And they're my sheets to burn. Boy, your daddy sure turning over his grave. That's what's going on. It's a lot of niggas saying, who's this nigga on that nag? A lot of old niggas too, and that's what make it worse. Y'all, and let me say this to the so-called OGs. You know, you niggas is part of the problem. You niggas ain't passed no wisdom down to the young niggas. The YNs out here just winging it. Shout out to the YNs. Y'all ain't have no y'all ain't have no doggone guidance from none of these so-called OGs, no nothing. Niggas just crash out dummies. Chris Carter, you trash. You and your, I was about to say something. You trash. Nigga don't want to hear what you got to say. And they didn't humble him because he don't need them. Y'all making me take up for what's the little boy name? For Shador. I don't even care about Shador. But when right is right and wrong is wrong, I gotta speak up for it. This was purposely done to get Chris Carter on this Clear Man's podcast. This is to get the message out to the Clears, not to you. See, no. If they was gonna get it to you, they would have sent them to DJ Academics. No. They would have sent them to who black and would have got Willie D. He'd went over on that a Willie D or something if they really wanted the niggas to know. This ain't your message, Negroes. This is a message to the Clears. Hey, we got us one, buddy. He thinks that Shador is real entitled as well. He's showing off to the Clears. And they did this on purpose. You did your job, you little bootlicking bastard, you. You did your job. You said what you said. And they can't humble him because he's not indebted to them. Like you was. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they could have sent them to the Breakfast Club. No. This is for the clears, okay? This is not for you. This is not for me. This is for the clears. So they can know that we got one of them on our side, like nationwide. Child, let's move on. Let's move on. Let me say this. After going through more information about this doggone... Oh, no. Before I move on, I do want to show y'all Deion Sanders at a interview speaking about his son. And let me tell you something. I don't mean to brag or talk down on people or nothing like that, but whenever I see a black man fathering and people having an issue with it, the first thing comes to my mind, I'm gonna be completely honest, is they have no clue what fathering looks like. And that's why it's such a problem for a lot of other people to grasp. If you've ever been fathered, I'm not talking about the ones who had a daddy. That's not what I'm talking about, because we all got a daddy at some point. If you've ever been mothered and you've ever been fathered, you understand what it looks like. You understand how different they are. You understand how one comes from one approach, the other one comes from another approach, but the common goal is to take care of said child, okay? So when I see fathers fathering, a lot of people who've never had that, who probably grew up under more of a feminine type of situation, meaning they grew up single parent mothers, they don't see that as tough love. They don't see that sometimes a father is doing what he believes he knows is best to protect the child, okay? So when Deion did this interview with Tamron Hall, and he spoke about his son, and he spoke highly of his son. And not only he spoke highly of his son, he spoke highly of his son's accomplishments and his being involved in his son's life. And I watched all these folks say, but see, that's why. But I'm starting to learn that a lot of the times it's coming from people who's never been fathered. And this is no shade. Shout out to everybody, because you can't determine your circumstances, especially when you're being raised. But I will say this fatherhood thing needs to be highlighted and spoken about more. We need to get used to another way of rearing, because shout out to the single mothers, especially the single black mothers. We get out and do our thing. You know what I'm saying? We do it we hook it up. But there's a reason why a household typically should consist of a masculine energy and a feminine energy. And it's because they both complement each other. I want to get into what Deion had to say about his son being drafted and his involvement. And he's going to explain to you without explaining to you why the Chris Carters and everybody else is really mad. Now, this is day 3 of the draft, and his son still wasn't drafted. Check it out.
Team does not pick him, that you will intervene.
That's my son. It's almost like you got a child that's going into an occupation that you already dominated in. Like, come on. And you don't think I'm not gonna sit there like a navigational system and tell him take a right there, take a left right there, take a not that, not that. Oh, no. Like,
if the right team does not pick him.
So I'm called to dress my son. I'm not gonna let my son get down in no foolishness.
But you and I both know these coaches, these owners, right? You've been in the rooms.
Right.
The owners, billionaire owners,
yes,
will often say, well, this is a young man who should be making his own decisions. He's got this helicopter dad.
Not my son. And we ain't in no helicopter. Yeah.
So
I'm called to dress my son.
Let me say this. I found in my generation of parenting that we coddle our kids so much that when we see a parent actually guiding a kid, it comes off as bad. It comes off as, oh, you doing too much, you over this, overbearing. He's doing exactly what he should do. As a person who came from the NFL, knows its ins and outs, it's good, it's bad, it's up, it's down. Deion Sanders was one of the most popular players during his time. He knows more about the game than most of your average NFL players. Okay? What he's doing and speaking about is what he should do, guide his son. Yes, If a team that's going to do my son dirty come in and try to play with my kid, yes, I'm going to intervene because I have the knowledge and the wisdom to know you about to try to play with my kid. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to tell my son, hey, son, I wouldn't go through that door if I was you. That's going to lead you down the wrong path. Go through this one. I know because I went through that one and I should have went through it. This is what parenting is about. And I keep telling y'all, parenting don't stop at 18. When you are a parent and you parent a child, girl, sometimes you parent them in their 30s, 40s, and 50s if you have to. Parenting does not stop. No matter how old you get, your mother will still be your mother. Your father will still be your father. You will never catch up to them in any way, shape, or form. I think that the problem with society and some Black folks, I think the problem with some society and some Black folks is they are intimidated by what they don't know. If it's foreign, it intimidates them. Real story. Every Saturday morning, first of all, my daddy had this whole thing where he was the only one who worked. So you couldn't sleep in on Saturday morning. Girl or boy, you're not sleep. I'm not. My daddy will bust through the door at 8:30 and say, "I'm the only mother ever get up here and go to work every day. Get your ass up." But I'm just gonna give you something that he did that I didn't realize was shaping my brothers for today. Every Saturday morning, we had a front lawn and a back lawn. My daddy would make my brothers cut the grass, weed eat the grass. They used to have to sweep. We didn't have a blower on purpose. I still do that to this day. Sweep everything, rake up leaves and everything. Every Saturday morning. They wouldn't get done till 1, 2 in the evening. My brothers hated that shit. Hated it. He used to make them wash his trucks all the time. They hated it. But what he was doing at the time was preparing them to be men. You don't understand it if you've never gone through it. Now, 2025, fast forward, you get a father like my daddy who's going to wake your son up at 6:30 in the morning and tell him to get out there and clean up and do the grass. Y'all going to get the windmilling with your head down. But you don't understand how that structure is needed. I'm saying all that to say this. When Dion is on here saying, this is my son, yes, I'm going to be an intricate part in his ways and what he's doing, because even though he's 19, 20, 21, however old he is, he still needs guidance. My 22-year-old called me all the time for guidance. Parenting does not stop. And it's intimidating to people, I'm talking about Blacks, who've never experienced it. But it's threatening to the clears who understand how powerful that is. And they do everything they can to destroy the father in these situations and move them and alleviate them from the child. They isolate these children from their guidance so that they can take them and grab them in their hands and do whatever it is they want to do to them, which is gobble them up, swallow them up, have them sell their souls. You feel what I'm saying? Dion doing what he's supposed to do. He ain't perfect. He got his stuff that I don't too particularly care about him as well. However, what he's doing with his boy ain't no different from nobody else. Mark my word. Don't be surprised if some crazy, strange stuff start happening, because they don't like Dion in there. I'm telling you. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. And he can control his boy, meaning his boy trusts in him more than he would trust in the clear owners. That's a big threat. That's huge. That's major. You mean to tell me I can't convince him to go against his daddy? You want to hear about a threat? That is a threat. So that's what this is all about. And they puppets that they get to go corroborate this bull is all a bunch of bull. It just is what it is. I just want to show y'all that. But I'm telling you, that's a threat. And you can't get him to talk crazy about his daddy or go against his daddy. Oh my God. You can't do nothing with somebody like that. You can't do nothing with nobody like that, because they loyal. And Shador is loyal to his daddy. Moving on. Let's get into let's get into Shannon Sharpe. Now, I was over there listening to Tasha's podcast yesterday evening. And she spoke about a few things. Let me address one thing. And we're going to talk about this at the Dollhouse tomorrow. What's going on with Funky talking about he want to work again with Claufoot? We'll see. Let's get the group back together. I don't want my ego to ruin it. Funky, did you forget all the things you said and did when you left Foxhole? Oh, and by the way, I also saw that your friend Carlos Kane done got Claudia in another punk. I don't mean to call him a punk, a gay guy. And they doing y'all Foxhole show on his channel. Ooh. Funky. Y'all know my favorite saying about Funky. See, when Funky went down to Florida State University and got his degree in economics, they ain't teach him shit about common sense. I kept telling y'all that. Funky. We'll discuss it tomorrow evening at the dollhouse, honey. We'll discuss it tomorrow evening down to the dollhouse. Pull up, pull over, and pop out. Now, moving forward. She spoke about the doggone Shannon Sharp situation. Hold on, let me get old Shea Butter on here. And it was some things that I didn't realize about this timeline that needed to be discussed. So apparently, when allegedly the girl tried to break up with Shannon, and Shannon wouldn't allow her to break up with him. We'll see. Like, what? I want to see if I could blow this up. I might have to blow it up on my phone. But those text messages that he thought he was going to spray her with, they kind of ended up backfiring on him. Hold on. Mind you, he was the one who came out and put her out there as far as her name and all that stuff. Listen to some of the stuff they was talking about. I'm going to have to look at it on my phone so I can see it better because I can't see it on the computer. I'm going to have to look on my phone and see it better. Hold on. Listen to some of the text messages that they were sending to each other. I told you, I believe in my heart of hearts that girl set him up under the guise of them playing BDSM, and he was so dumb he couldn't even catch it. But look, hold on. Come on. I'm trying to get the messages on here. Matter of fact, I don't even need to do that. Let me do this. Let me just scroll like that. All right. It said, I can't even hardly see that. Girl, hold on. Let me just go on Twitter and get it. Because I can't see that. I can't see the messages. Sorry. I'm just going to Twitter and get it. So, some of the messages that they were sending to each other are as follows. From her, Gabby, to him, it says, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my ASS, and you didn't listen. I don't care what your history is. No means no, Shannon. Now, mind you, he read this. This is January 2nd is when she sent this message to him. This right here is textbook R word. Sodomy. R word. The fact that you read that, are you okay? She says, I don't know how to process this. He read that. And then he says, can I call you later? And now, mind you, allegedly, this is all the stuff. I don't know if this happened before or after, but they're claiming that she was trying to break up with Shannon. Shannon didn't want to break up with her. Hold on. Let me read the next message. Because I gotta do it through my phone because I can't see it on this computer. The next message says, I want to be abused, Daddy. This is from her. He read it. And she says, I want some hardcore BDSM action, though. Now, this, in my opinion, she baiting him at this point. She baiting him. She baiting the F out of him. I want you to tie me up like this and abuse me, Daddy. And she sent the picture. And he reading this stuff. Now, I don't know if around this time he's catching on to the fact that he's being set up. So he's just reading and not responding. I don't know what it was, but whatever it was clear as day a setup from the beginning. From the beginning. Now, if he went into her backside unprotected and did what she said he did, then I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. He going to jail. Because right after the civil suit go through, the criminal charge is gonna follow. I'm telling you. Because she's still within the statute of limitations. Her saying straight up, let me read it again. This is textbook RAPE. But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not to put it in my ASS, and you didn't listen. Rape. I don't care what our history is. No means no. This is very imperative when you speak about the BDSM culture. Because I told you there's a very thin line where you cross and you down bad. See, in BDSM culture, yes, we role play, but there's also a point in time where I can call time out or knock it off. And in the moment I do that, everything ceased immediately. So hers on this text message saying, hey, I beg you to put a condom on and not put it in my butt, and you did it anyway. She's literally on here putting it on in black and white or blue and white documentation. You R-worded me and sodomized me. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. If this wasn't the red flag, you didn't need no more red flags. You was just gone. This is a scheme that Ty set up. I don't believe for 1 minute a 19-year-old OnlyFans model was smart enough to text him the way that she was texting him. I don't believe a 19-year-old OnlyFans model was smart enough to set him up the way without help. Somebody, to be honest, I don't think he ever even texted the bitch. I'm going to be completely honest. It wouldn't surprise me if they have some type of contraption going on to where whenever he texts her, it go to their phone and she get to see it too. So she's privy to what they're talking about over text. And there's somebody else on the other side going, no means no, Shannon. She fetishized having a big black baby. I told you they have black babies like accessories. It was all set up. It was all set up. Rizza Islam. Shout out to Rizza Islam. I think he is so handsome, by the way. And he's a very intelligent brother. He got his little quirks too that I'm not crazy about with the Scientology stuff. But either way, I love that he got on here and spoke about how he felt like Shannon Sharpe was getting set up, because I believe so too. I don't believe that she's the mastermind behind this. I don't think she has the wherewithal, knowledge, wisdom, and or experience to pull this off by herself. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. A 19-year-old OnlyFans girl. There's nothing about this gonna make me believe that. Absolutely nothing. This was a scheme that Ty set up to come to Shannon with the bullshit, and he fell for it lock, stock, and barrel. Let's get into what Rizza Islam had to say. And anybody, even Cam said this, something in the milk ain't clean about a 19-year-old. They dumb as a box of rocks. I know I had one. 19-year-olds are stupid. She don't know how to come up with all of this. She do not know how to come up with all this. Check it. Oh, and let me say this too. This is another thing y'all don't know. Clear people in positions of power breed these young clear girls. They sacrifice them. They don't give a damn. Yeah, go over there. I'm gonna breed these girls. I want to get a group of girls that are bred just to go after athletes financially, morally, legally. They breed these bitches. They breed them. These girls know what to do from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. They breed these girls. They breed them. I'm not over exaggerating. This ain't no conspiracy theory. They breed these girls. There's a group of clear women and clear people that breed young kids to go after young girls to go after these black athletes. Period. It's a business. It's big business. How you think they get access to these players? How you think they get backstage behind the curtains, behind the doggone stadium and all that shit? How you think they get that? Because a random can't walk back there. They breed these girls for that. So let's get into what Brother Rizza Islam had to say about the situation. Everybody could see it. His dumb ass couldn't see it.
You're making more money than you say you did when you were in the NFL. So why would you now jeopardize that?
Well, see, I'll say it this way because he definitely had enough experience from all those years. So he knows that this is not new. But I will say he was caught up in a honey trap. Okay, now, in a honey trap, also known as love traps, it is an Israeli tactic. It's an Israeli Mossad agent governmental tactic.
Ooh, we get some deep shit.
Where people are set up with agents. Women are set up to be around you, right? They're agents. They have a mark. They're giving your folder. This is the person. Let's say it's Craig. Okay, Craig Smith. This is where he lives. This is what he likes. The common places he eats. How he dresses. What his show is. What are his likes, his dislikes. What kind of food. All this stuff. They're given a folder. This is very real. And they study it. They learn everything about you. And they go to the common places where you normally are. Then they start to finish your sentences for you. They start to bring you things. And I saw you over there, you know, like this, man. I like the way you talk, man. That joke was funny, etc.
Intention bombing.
Intention, all that, love bombing. And
Right,
so you
but
get
they're doing
caught in
intention
that.
bombing.
Next thing you know, they have you in the bed with them. Next thing you know, you're involved with them. Now they're around you in your life and all this. And you're like, damn, I love this woman all of a sudden. And then boom. Oh, he raped me. Oh, boom. You had $100 million contract coming down the line. I'm suing you for $50 million. That was a mark hit. That is a honey trap, love trap, Israeli Mossad tactic. It is very real. Happens all the time. Now, whether or not she directly was instructed to do that, she did that. She's an OnlyFans individual, which means money is the first thing. I'm using men's lust for me to get money. I'm going to go after a big fish. Shannon Sharp, making a lot of money. I've been hanging around with him. Let me see how much money I can get out of this man. $100 million contract. If I say rape now, I can get at least half of that. This is very real.
Let me say this. He's spitting. He is spitting hot fire. There is something way bigger behind. Now, I'm not saying a 19-year-old can't be smart and intelligent, but the way in which this was pulled off, this was a conservative, this was an effort amongst more than one person. Like, this was chess, not checkers. And the problem with Shannon, and I watched 607 Unc last night on an interview with the Blue Couch people. I like watching him when he in his serious bag. They asked him what he think happened to Shannon, and you know what he said? Shannon became a slave to the money. And I've never heard it explained so clearly, yet so easily. Shannon Sharp became a slave to the money. That's why he says stuff like, I'm not dating my age, I'm dating my wage. Oh, I'm making more money over here than I made in the NFL. He became a slave to the money. And that's why Shannon is in the position that he's in. And this is the gag. The interview, like I said before, with Cat Williams pissed off so many people. He don't know if it's the powers that be or somebody he done pissed off. He don't even, not even just the people that Cat Williams spoke about in the interview. You got other podcasters, other celebrities who literally hate him for his success. He don't even know which way to look. He has no clue which way to look. And by the way, I know we joked about Cat Williams coming on there and prophesying this whole situation. Let me tell you something. Cat Williams is a prophet. This wasn't done on no mishap or no mistake or just out on a whim type. No. Cat Williams prophesied, and his prophecies are still coming to pass. And he kind of said it when he came on there, like, I'm here, trust me. No, when Shannon was like, ain't nobody gonna want to come here. He said, no, everybody's gonna want to come in. He was literally prophesying the future of what is to come. I don't know where he got his information from. I don't know who or what entity or whatever, but he came and prophesied the entire situation, even on Shannon. Even on Shannon. What did he say? Oh, why he said, I don't dislike white women, but I'm afraid of them. You could be the biggest man this side of the earth, and they'll take you down in 2 weekends. They did Shannon in 1. And see, the way the ancestors is in the Most High, it wouldn't surprise me if his granny or somebody sent Monique over there to tell him leave them white girls alone. Sent other people in them chats to go over there and give him this food, this warning. It wouldn't surprise me if ancestrally they're from Savannah, so I know his grandmother understood ancestral work and all that stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if Granny done had people to come down there to try to get this nigga to open his eyes, and I'm pretty sure Granny in the other world saying, this nigga here. That boy always been stubborn. He never listened. So many people came to Shannon and said, bro, you with them young girls, you with them clear girls, chill out. And you couldn't tell Shannon nothing because Shannon became a slave to the money. And that's how they get us all the time. That's how they get us all the time. But I don't believe this little girl did this by herself. This was an effort on multiple persons, not just one, at least two other people, at least another person. But I won't go out on a limb and say this is something like there's a team behind this shit. There's a team. And one thing they knew is that athletes are dumb. They're stupid. You can get them.
Bro, it is a business. And one thing I don't want us to misunderstand is that just because a lot of these individual females are OnlyFans models doesn't mean they're unintelligent. They're very intelligent. They're very calculated with what they're doing. How do you think these women feel going up here showing their bodies for $5.99 a month, $10.99, whatever their damn price is? They know this is going to be on the internet forever. They know it's going to be out there. They know they've already factored that in, most of them. They know. But once they get to a certain caliber where they're invited to these back house parties, they're around certain celebrities and artists, they get dressed a certain way, they get the BBLs done, they get dressed up, fitted, all of that just to catch the attention of certain people who they've been planning to get for a very long time. This is intentional. I'm not going to pretend as if, oh, it just happens. These Negroes are targeted.
Yep.
And they're open to be targeted. They make themselves targeted. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, in the last days, it is our righteousness that will sustain us. Meaning, if your discipline is not on point and in check, you will not be able to see the agents, the snakes in the field. You won't be able to see them because you're so caught up in the nostalgia. I feel so good. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm successful and all that. And they just sitting there like, I'm about to take this nigga down. You don't even know.
Darlene.
Yeah. Everything he said was 1,000% true. They breed these girls. They breed them. Okay? They study Black people. They know more about us than we know about us. And they know exactly what your Achilles heel is. Shannon Sharpe has always been vocal about loving on them white girls. They went and gave him a little lily white girl, little 19-year-old one, still shaped like she's 13. Gave him a lily white girl. I'm talking about one of the most prized possessions of their culture, the lily whites. Y'all know what the lily whites is, right? The lily whites is the pure white girl. Now, mind you, she's a slut and a whore. So, but that don't matter. To you, to the nigga, she's pure. That's lily white. They went and got him a good old lily white girl and put her right in his path, and like a damn snake, bit it. Dumb diddy. Dumb diddy. And I don't want nobody to get on here and tell me, but then he's Black and we should stick beside him. No, you know, one thing I realized about moving forward in life, when you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. It ain't my job to knock them off of you. You gonna itch, nigga. And if Shannon thought that Shannon had done made it, screw these niggas, I'm over here doing woo-da wham wham. Shannon got to be chastised by the people who pay him. Who am I to jump in the middle of that? Shannon knew the rules to the game before he got in it. Shannon knew that at some point or at any point, anything could go left. Shannon knew what he signed up for. Who am I to jump in the middle of these people disciplining their buck? Now, if he was 100% wrong, right, I'm sorry, then we'd have a different situation. And again, I do not believe for 1 second that Shannon Sharpe literally R-worded the girl, except in the text message about the anal part. That's textbook. I can't do nothing with that. But I believe every other situation that they probably coming forward with probably was consensual. Maybe. I don't know. But it's not what you know, it's what it looks like and what you can prove. You some old big black burly nigga. And you ain't got the lily white girl. Do you understand the image in their mind when they saw the text message of her saying, I told you to use the condom and you still went in raw? Do you understand the image? It looks like King Kong sleeping with the white girl he was running around the world to save. That's what they imagine in their head. This big old sweaty black ass nigga. Black, I'm talking about blue black, country bumpkin, heavy tongue, lisp, big old Iron Mike Tyson, buff, workout, muscles all in his head, this big old nigga went and sodomized our lily white girl. You be lucky if they ain't found you hanging nowhere, you dummy. That's the type of fire you playing with. I'm so tired of niggas, and I don't mean just men, women too. I'm so tired of black people getting in these rooms and getting in these doggone situations and start thinking you different. Y'all niggas just don't learn. A lot of you niggas need the stove to fall on you to see that it's hot. You don't need to touch the stove. A lot of niggas need the stove to literally fall on them while it's on fire. This don't make no sense. And in the court of public opinion, we looking at you different, dummy. Because now we're looking at what does this big old ass, big ass black nigga got in common with a little 19-year-old lily white girl who's shaped like a 13-year-old. Now we over here scratching our heads wondering if you on the P word type of time. I know I am. I can't speak on nobody else. I know I am. I'm over here scratching my head saying, should the people be hiding their nieces and nephews and things of that nature? Because most 50-some-odd-year-old men want a woman with some shape on her, even if she a clear woman. They want the you feel me? I'm just saying, Shannon, it ain't looking good for you, Duck Goose. It really ain't. You have really screwed yourself. You stuck your foot in this one. Like I said, I don't know who you pissed off. I don't know what happened or what they said, you said, or whatever. I don't know if you were still in boxes on your day off. I don't know what was going on. But whatever was going on, them people want your head off your shoulders. And when you dance with the devil, you got to dance to his music. Now, I want to move forward, and I want to show y'all. Hold on one second. So Dr. Umar, I watched his 45-minute breakdown of the case, and he's kind of saying a similar thing. You know, the Prince of Pan Coochie. One thing about him, if he ain't an expert in nothing, he may not be an expert in opening schools. He may not be an expert in doing anything, but he an expert in collecting coochie stones. Yes. The Prince of Pan Coochie is an expert. Listen, if there was an omen or a wizard, a grand wizard of collecting coochie stones, the Prince of Pan Coochie hands down wins, and it's not even a competition. Top 2, not number 2. This man has made a career of going around everywhere they have Negroes and collecting coochie stones like infinity stones. He is the Thanos of coochie collecting. So when he come on here and give you advice on what you should and should not have done, I think all Negroes in Shannon Sharp's path should listen to him. Yes, they should. He know more about it than you niggas. He more experienced too. I'm just saying. So Umar did a 45-minute live on the Art of Dialogue. Y'all go check it out. It's actually really good. I agree with a lot of what he was saying. But in the Umar, in the thing, he says, I know me and Shannon have our ups and downs, our back and forths or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's still a black man and I'm going to have his back. And he goes on to talk about how he felt like the girl set him up, which we all think, anybody with common sense at least, how the girl set him up and all types of other things. Let's get into what he had to say because he had an interesting take on it. If y'all get a chance, go to the Art of Dialogue on YouTube. He got a 45-minute video on it. It's really good. So it says, Dr. Umar says he's standing by 56-year-old Shannon Sharp, who admittedly had sex with a 19-year-old. She's not legally a child, although she's too young for nearly all of us to feel comfortable with a man of his age dating her. Check it out.
Have no place in American law. If it did, we would have never been enslaved. So in a court of law, it's about whether you broke the law. It's not about whether what you did was right or wrong.
And while I agree with him, for black people, that don't go like that. I just wanted to say that part.
So I'm standing with Shannon Sharp because I don't want to see his life destroyed like Puff like Kelly, like they tried to do to Carter, like they've done to Cosby. I don't want to see this happen to another man. And because she was not legally a child, although too young for nearly all of us to feel comfortable with a man of his age dating her, it was not against the law for him to be with this 19-year-old. So what do we know about this situation? According to Gabriela Zuniga, she met Shannon Sharpe at a gym in Los Angeles approximately 2 years ago, 2023. Now, Shannon alleges that he tried to present her with an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, which every celebrity should require from anyone they engage with. Well, guess what, Art? She decides she's not going to sign the NDA. That right there was a warning to Shannon Sharpe that this 19-year-old, who you shouldn't be dating anyway because of her age, because of her race, you need to end this. If she don't want to sign an NDA dating a celebrity, you know what that means. So her way, she's going to expose you. Shannon Sharpe should have ended it right there. The problem was she fit his type.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Uncle Shay Shay, he likes Caucasian women, as we all know, and he likes them very skinny, which I didn't know. And the reason I'm saying that, girls have no place in American law. If it did.
So that's some of the stuff what he was saying. He also went on to talk about how he felt like the girl set him up, and he would argue, and this is where he's going to run into trouble. Dr. Umar said he would argue with the courts two things. Number one, if he was so abusive, why did you follow him from California to Nevada? They're going to literally shut that down with the fact of, oh, well, sometimes people get Stockholm syndrome. And so they're going to shut that down. Then he's going to say, but they've had many consensual encounters before, and he's never had an issue. So what's the difference now? This is the biggest misconception when it comes to that R word. Me and you could sleep together for 20 years straight every day. On the first day of the 21st year, if I say I don't want to do it and you still go and proceed to do it, you literally just R-worded me. There will be no defense for that text message where she said, I asked you not to do it and you did it anyway. Then I asked you to put on a condom and then you didn't. And then he's going down for that. There's no defense for that. There's no defense. He didn't even deny it through text message. That's textbook classic R-wording. And once the jurors have got it in their brains that he did that, everything else gonna follow. He tried to diminish her by saying, oh, it's Gabby and OnlyFans model, but you was skeeting off in that lady raw. So she's not just Gabby, the OnlyFans model. See, he thought he was gonna Jay-Z this shit, and it didn't work out in his favor. I'm just saying, this is not gonna go his way. It was too perfectly set up for the chips to fall in the direction of the girl. Very few of these chips are gonna fall in the direction of Shannon. I'm telling you. The one text alone about the sodomy gonna get him by itself. The sodomy itself, take everything else off the table. She could have only had the sodomy text. He's done. He's done. He's done. He didn't text nothing back outside the box. He literally was like, I'm gonna call you later. He's done. But you gotta stop getting in the bed with these animals and wondering why you itching and coming up with fleas. You have to. And I don't mean to call her that because she's clear or because she's 19 years old or nothing like that. I'm saying that these girls are bred to do exactly what they're doing. They're bred, they make them for this. They literally breathe and procreate these girls just for you. Duck, duck, goose. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw on the black woman cape for this. No, some of you niggas gotta learn the hard way. And it's a gag. Even though y'all still having all this going on, it's a nigga right now can't wait to sniff him a snow bunny. Continue to sniff, my love. I ain't got no problem with it, but don't come and ask me for any type of help or no, we not doing that. We definitely not doing that. Hold on. I think I missed. No, I didn't. I must not have. Yeah, we not doing that. I'm not doing that. Markeisha Williams, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm a Christian and I go to church every Sunday. What's the difference? We still bless the prophet with money after service. Well, honestly, get me up here. We're going to come right back to Shannon. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. What I see the difference between a prophet and a reader is they got a lot of fake readers and they got a lot of fake prophets. But I feel like a lot of the prophets in church, I feel like a lot of them are doing it as a job and it's not spiritually in them. Not all of them. They got some that spiritually it's in them. But I think a large number of those prophets are just titles. And yeah, they'll come and speak over your life and say, oh yeah, I prophesy health and wellness for you. It's so vague, so general. Whereas a reader can sit down and read your energy, read you, look into your eyes, and can tell a whole story about you. I've never seen that done, but I don't have a lot of experience with prophets. But it's a difference. It's a much bigger difference. It's a much bigger difference. Did I read your super chat, Nitwit? Thank you for the super chat. My mom was a victim of this, talking about the sterilizing women. She was told they removed fibroids and didn't know for years she could not conceive. Yeah, I did read that one. Yeah, that was sad. Fish and Bread, thank you for the super chat. Thank you again for the super chat. Says T Braxton, little sister boyfriend in KW skits. What? Kanye West? T Braxton, little sister boyfriend in Kanye West skits? Ooh, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna have to check it out. Thank you, Fish and Bread. Monica, thank you for the super chat. Any tips on how to find your family's tribe? Got as far as my 6th great grandparents. Everyone beyond that was YT. Yes, so you got to check the census. You got to check the. It's a whole bunch of the Dawes Rolls. If you got to 6 great grandparents, they Dawes Rolls, census. Archives.gov. It's a whole bunch of places, but start at the Dawes Rolls. Check the census records to see where they are, and then go to the Dawes Rolls and see if you can find any of your family on there. Chipper, thank you for the super chat. Says sending love from Bermuda. Shout out to Bermuda. Thoroughly enjoy watching your videos, man. Shout out to the people in Bermuda. I need to come over there. You know, it's vacation, time. I need to come over there and see what's up. Shout out to Bermuda, bro. I ain't know y'all be outside watching the doll. You feel me? Shout out to Bermuda. Shout out to the black people in Bermuda. Clock by T, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Boo, will you do a review on the movie Sinners? Yes. I will be doing a movie. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing it maybe Friday. I know I want to do Mound Bayou since we spoke about it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. I may do it Friday. Unfairly Jamaican, thank you for the super chat. Made it to ATL, Auntie. I'm so glad you made it safe, niece. I'm so glad you made it. You made it safe, niece. Shout out to my niece. She landed, y'all. She made it safe. Now, back to Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has set himself up for the kill, and it's not looking good for Stephen A. Smith. He didn't realize the play was being played even when she was texting him that craziness. Now, if it is true that she tried to break it off with him and he didn't want nothing to do with it, because I don't know, that's what Tasha said. But he didn't want to listen because according to Dr. Umar, he said that Shannon stopped answering text messages and all types of stuff. I don't know. But by that time, it was too late anyway. By that time. It just is what it is. He stepped in it real bad this time. Real bad. Now, Stephen A. Smith, remember we talked about Stephen A. Smith who came on here speaking for the higher ups, speaking about how they're not happy with him and they're going to take this matter very seriously. Now, all of a sudden, this fool done got on here talking about how basically people are dragging Shannon and he don't need to be dragged. Now, one thing about the Tether like Stephen A. Smith is you can't trust them. They just here riding on the line of the clear man. You can't trust them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, why is your attitude changing? Because you shitted on him harder than anybody when you came on here speaking on behalf of what do you call it? Of the powers up, the higher ups, the powers that be. You did that. So now all of a sudden he coming back saying that basically we need to be more supportive. He says Stephen A. Smith calls out people for switching up on Shannon Sharpe after rape lawsuit. People been after him since he did Cat Williams. You were one of those people who were jealous too, Stephen. Don't do that.
Can we help you get back past this? All of that comes with friendship. And I think that true friends conduct themselves that way. They ain't yes people that tell you just what you want to hear. They ain't no people that's willing to vilify you to second something. I mean, I see cats talking about him, and I can't even put into words the shit I've seen them do and heard about them doing, especially in our business. And so it's like you just, and then I see the zest with which people are willing to pounce on him. And it's like, listen, people have been after him since he did Cat Williams. You know, they've been at his neck because of the numbers he produced and the success that it had and how he was able to ride that wave. Now, once again, that's separate and apart from all of this. We get that part. I'm not talking about what people are talking about and what they have to talk about. I'm talking about the zest with which they do it. If I sit up there and I'm friends with Big Boy, I'm a contemporary colleague with Big Boy, right? And then Big Boy get in trouble. It's one thing for me to be on the air and going like this, yeah, you know, I mean, this is what happened to Big Boy. And it's another thing to Ty be like, yeah, you see what happened to Big Boy?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you just see that and you see a joy that some people are having and going at him. And that's sad. You can talk about it, but we know the difference in terms of the flavor that you're bringing to an equation where you're talking about somebody with glee and joy in your voice when, you know, when you're talking about the kind of predicament they find themselves in. And that's what I have a problem with. So for me, it's just about making sure that he knows, and anybody that knows how I feel knows that he matters to me, and I want him to be okay.
Man, thank you for sharing that.
Can we help?
You ever had somebody do you dirty and then turn around into your face and act like they didn't, but you know they did, but they will sit up there and swear to God, they swear they had nothing to do with this, that, and the third? That's what Stephen A. is. He's the most gaslighting SOB I've ever seen. Stephen A. was one of the most happiest people when he came out and did the address to everybody to tell us what the higher ups was thinking. Stephen A. is not on the side of Shannon Sharpe. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if he's not the person who's behind the scenes gloating and gleeing at the fact that Shannon has got caught up. Yeah. Stephen A., shut the entire fuck up. Please shut up. You are so cutthroat and so conniving and so evil. Like, how dare you really get on here with a straight face and say the stuff that you're saying as if you're not on the side of the people who trying to drag him down to the ground? That's weird behavior. Weird behavior. You don't give a damn about Shannon Sharpe. You don't give two damns about no Shannon Sharpe. If you ask me, he probably resented Shannon Sharpe because according to him, he brought Shannon on to ESPN. But then Shannon Sharpe and Skip numbers went through the roof, whereas him and Skip numbers was Shannon Sharpe took off. Then you decided to go to YouTube right after Shannon gets to YouTube. Remember? Shannon Sharpe got into it with Skip. And then they told Shannon Sharpe, all right, we're going to give you a YouTube channel. Go over here. He went to the YouTube channel, and then here comes Stephen A. right behind him to the YouTube channel. And before Cat Williams interview, his shit was popping. But after the Cat Williams interview, it soared. It soared. Stephen A. was barely keeping his head above water. If you ask me, it wouldn't surprise me if you sent the bitch. At this point, I don't know. I'm looking at everybody. Something in the milk ain't clean around here. You might have set the shit up and sent the bitch. You don't get up here and say you on his side. You don't give a damn about no Shannon Sharpe. You don't care. You don't care about none of that. nothing about what's going on. You don't care about nothing. You might be the one who sent the bitch at this point. I'm just saying. Because remember, let's give him motive. You brought Shannon Sharpe on. He surpassed you on TV. Then he got in trouble and got fired. So he was like, yes. But then they said, come over here to the podcast. And then you went to the podcast because you thinking they still mess with me more than they mess with Shannon. And then he surpassed you again at the podcast. Not only did he surpass you, he whisked by you so fast, you couldn't even catch up. He surpassed you twice. You're not going to make me believe that when you heard the story about what was going on with with Shannon Sharpe and that Clear girl, that you didn't at the very least crack a smile. Nigga, please. Your name is Steven for a reason. Nigga, please. Please. Don't do that. I don't trust nothing he says. I don't trust a nigga with his lining like that and won't cut I don't trust a nigga who rather hold on to that line and then going bald. I don't trust that nigga. That nigga is a very resentful nigga. Any nigga who will continue to go down to the barbershop and let them line his lining up back here can't be trusted. Because a nigga with standards and with morals would just go in on and go bald. So yeah, he can't be trusted just off the hairline. That's just me. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, but that's just me. Child, shut up, Stephen A. Shut your ugly ass up. Talking about you ain't got no scandals. Because ain't nobody trying to go down on you. You look like your top lip stink. Shannon looked like when he one of them boys that back in school that give you a kiss and you can smell that breath all over you. Remind me of Poo Poo Keith. 3rd grade. Poo Poo Keith came. That's why I don't kiss like that to this day. I don't tongue kiss. Poo Poo Keith in 3rd grade, I told y'all this story, came and grabbed my face and tried to tongue kiss me and swallow my whole face with his big old ugly lips. 3rd grade. And I smelled Poo Poo Keith breath all the way home. And I couldn't tell my mama because I was going to get a whooping. And ever since then, I never forget what his lips smell like. That's what it looked like. Stephen A. His lips look like it smelled like that. That's PTSD. I need to find Poo Poo Keith and tell him he owe me some money. I got PTSD behind that shit. That was diabolical. I didn't know what the hell was going on. They said Shaq was behind it. I wouldn't surprise me. Steve Harvey wouldn't surprise me. Who else he was beefing with behind all of that? Girl, he don't know where to learn. He don't know where to turn. He don't know what to do. He don't know what to do. Wouldn't surprise me none. Now let's move on to the final story with TD. Take that, Jakes. TD has resigned, y'all. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I try to pray. Shut your ass up. My boy done stepped down. Yes, he did. What's his name? TD. Take that is stepping down from the Pottery House. Yes, he did. Abundance and Clarity. Thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, I sent you an email. Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. I'll check it. Thank you so much. Jay, thank you for the super chat. Boo, I'm about to crash out and quit my job. I'm sick and tired of it here. Anyways, hope you're doing well today. Girl, make sure you got another job lined up, girl. I get it. I've been there. But make sure you got another job lined up, Fat. Please. Just make sure your ducks are in order. When you running out there, girl, please be careful. Be careful. Love you down to the ground, G. Be careful, girl. Be careful. Now, where was I? Oh, truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. TD done stepped down from the Pottery House. Now, I thought he already stepped down. Remember we talked about him at the Pottery House when we was going to infiltrate, and we probably still need to do it because we don't trust that he really stepping down. But I thought when we was talking about putting together our SWAT team that he was still down to the Pottery House. He had said that he was passing the reins on to the daughter. Now, I don't know if this the daughter who was still in churn or if this the daughter who husband allegedly had some things going on, or maybe that's the same daughter. I don't know. One of the daughters, they say he passed down the pottery house to her. Woman, thou art loose, or something like that. He passed it down to the girl. Now, all of a sudden, he passing it down again. What's going on? Now, did he go to court next week? Did he go to court next week? Did one of the attorneys call down to take that and say, hey, just a little FYI, you mentioned in the evidence, and gather your things and get your affairs in order, because we might be putting you out there. You feel what I'm saying? And then TD said, oh, Lord, I need to go ahead on and step down from the congregation. It's time. No, Betty, it's time. It's time, Betty. I've been leading Woman Thou Art Loose for 60 years, Betty. I done graduated a lot of women. It's time that I go on about my business. Cora, Sarah, Jezebel, get in here. I'm just letting y'all know it's time. It's time that I pass it on down to one of you. I don't know which one of y'all gonna get it. I'll think about it in prayer and ask the Lord, but I will be passing down the pottery house to one of you. Hopefully it won't be the one stealing children. We don't want another operation going down, but we'll talk about it in the morning. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happened. They called him and said, yeah, you in here fat. You in there fat. Remember somebody in one of the lawsuits said when they looked up from the freak off, you was behind them looking like a big old bell with no shirt on, stomach wide and large, looking like you're overdue for a pregnancy. Talking about be easy now, child. They got your ass, TD. They got your ass. That's what I believe. I don't care. They got TD ass. Yes, they do. And let me say this too. To the bitches in the bike who gonna sit up here and say, but Voodoo, Jesus walked with prostitutes. Jesus walked with this, that one, and the third. Ain't nothing wrong with him walking with Diddy. You lying to me. You lying to me. Especially when we know it's a freak off happening at the party and he down to the party talking about he blessing the people. Nigga, please. I don't want nobody that I'm getting the word from hanging with no Diddy. Period. Period. Point blank. No, you are a man of the cloth. You're not supposed to be over here at the freak off with no damn Diddy. I don't care. Y'all not about to convince me of that. But but Jesus gave his hardest work to the criminals. Good. What that got to do with this big burly nigga? Hell no. I don't want my pastor hanging out with the likes of Diddy. I said what I said. Okay? Now, so we can put that to bed. I don't want to hear that ugly ass shit about, but he's imperfect. You need to know that, not me. I know he imperfect. It's the ones who run around here hollering he imperfect that need that word. He's imperfect. Pastors are nasty. They freaks. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. I've encountered a lot of pastors. They're the nastiest niggas I ever ran across. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. The shit y'all be doing around here, them niggas, shut up, Saint. Them niggas call that vanilla. Is somebody at the door? Is that what you heard, P? I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. Them the nastiest niggas I've ever run across. Somebody at my door? He looked like he's selling something. He could keep watching. But anyway, no, sir. No, sir. So he stepped down from the pottery house. This is a picture with him at the pottery house. Hold on. Look at the people. They so sad. Look at them. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Now, is this the daughter and the wife? I mean, the husband Who in the chat be at the church people house? Is this the daughter with the husband that's supposed to be taking over the church? Is this Cora, Jezebel, or Sarah? Which one is this? He's selling Avon. Oh my God. Not Avon. Okay, this the one who getting the okay. Her husband cheating down. I know a cheating ass nigga. When I see him, I could just eye him. That's a cheating ass nigga. That nigga cheats down to the ground. And I don't know nothing about these folks. That is a listen to me and listen to me good. That is a cheating ass nigga. Every chance he get, that little Petey bird going to somebody else. I don't care what none of y'all say. I could look in his eyes. Every single second he get free, he trying to put that little Petey bird on somebody else. Mark my words. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Cheating ass nigga. Nothing ass nigga.
I'm coming up on 50.
Now, this him talking about coming up on 50. He's getting up out of there.
In a year and a half, 2 years.
Nigga, 50? You coming up on 50. You mean 50 years preaching. That's what he meant. He must have meant 50 years preaching.
I'm coming up on 50 in a year and a half, 2 years, 50 years of ministry.
Okay.
We need.
Woo, you scared me. Woo, you scared me. He said 50 years of ministry. He scared me. He scared me. I ain't gonna lie. I was scared.
I'm coming up on 50 in a year and a half, 2 years, 50 years of ministry. We need fresh vision, fresh blood. We need the ability, as the world changes to technology and TV slides backwards, and like it or not, and some things I like about it, some things I don't, the world is changing. Now at ILS, our theme was the changing of the guard. I'm thinking probably by the church anniversary, we're going to formalize. But I wanted to introduce to you your pastors.
Okay. 50 years of preaching and he passing it off to some YNs. That's all I got from it. I'm not attached to this shit like y'all, like a lot of people. You feel what I'm saying? Bullshit. So anyway, he said 50 years of ministry and he finally decided to hang up the robe, allegedly, because I thought he quit the last time. Hold on.
Not to do it this way, but the thing that moved me was wanting to share it. And we started.
Is this the wife? Yeah, that's her daughter. That's got to be the wife because she looked like her.
Not to do it this way, but the thing that moved me was I wanted to share it with our e-church. Well, I guess we ought to go home. Please be good to our people. Please help them. The humility that you see is real. The weight is unbelievable.
Oh, cut the crap. Cut the crap. Hold on. Let me see. I think I got another one.
And like it or not, and some things I like about it, some things I don't, the world is changing. Now at ILS, our theme was the changing of the guard.
So wait, huh?
I'm thinking probably by the church anniversary, we're going to formalize. But I wanted to introduce to you
Oh, we done seen them niggas.
your pastors.
We done seen them YNs. We seen them. We seen Asian the Brat in King Bone. We seen them niggas. We seen them. The church going up in flames. You passing it on to this nigga here? Psh, girl. The amount of bitches who about to get with the pastor, okay, through the roof. Do you hear me? Girl, them hoes about to start coming up, running up to that front pew. Girl, please. Them hoes about to run up to that front pew with them short skirts on with no drawers. Girl, please. Them hoes about to get them a couple of coins out the pastor as they should. As they should. Shit, why not? Hell, he giving it away. You feel me? Why not? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this is TD with his best friend, Diddy. Take that. Who knew that when Puffy was saying that, he really was saying that because that's what he called TD. Take that. So he's stepping down from the Pottery House. This is the second time we done heard him step down. At this point, if he don't step down for real, I'm gonna push him down. Get down and move around. You feel what I'm saying? But I do find it opportunist that this is happening around the time that he's having the issues. Diddy is having the issues down at the church. I mean, down at the courthouse. Now, it wouldn't surprise me, and you guys pay attention, if TD, take that, gets mentioned in a couple of these parties down to the doggone, what do you call it? To the freak off. None of this would surprise me because we've seen him there. And I don't want no Christian who down to the Pottery House, who love a good pottery mill, to come on here and tell me that I should speak different of him because he's a man of the cloth and a man of God. If that was the case, we shouldn't speak on Diddy and nobody else neither. He ain't no different. He's a nigga in a robe behind a pulpit. He's a nigga. And it's been allegedly, that he likes to play with the La Boys. Allegedly. I don't know this to be a fact. Okay? But at the end of the day, I'm not about to sit up here and give him no grace like I don't give nobody else no grace. Girl, please. Please. I believe whatever they say he said. He did. Because I know pastors, they nasty. They freaks. And shout out to the wives. You bitches have really served the country. You see a good first lady, you bitches, thank you for your service, ho. Y'all some slow ass hoes too, but y'all bitches serve the country because ain't no way you get to sit back there and play like you happily married to this nigga. And you know if he ain't gay, he done smashed everything in the congregation. Girl, y'all the real heroes. Y'all the real heroes. Y'all are definitely the real heroes. And to all of the first ladies of the world, thank you for your services because you got to have a real strong sense of I don't give a damn to come to the church every Sunday, smile and wave as they say, hey, First Lady Pearl, your hat looks so pretty. You knowing that nigga, that your husband been all between that lady legs. You bitches need a raise and you bitches really serve the country. So shout out to you hoes. Yes, I'm calling you hoes because that's how you met them. I'm not going to let the shoulder pads and the politician suit fool me. That's how you married the nigga. You was freaking. Don't play with your mom. Don't play with me. I know how to get him. I know. And I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do. But don't get on here, put the suit on with the shoulder pads and the buttons up the front like Miss Mary Mack on the back talking about, oh, this is just, no, bitch, you's a hoe too. That's why he chose you. Stop acting crazy. You's a hoe. That's why he chose you. Just because you done moved past it don't mean we gonna forget about it. Now, it's been alleged that he paid off some boy. I don't know if this is true. They say he paying off boys and all of that stuff. They say he's suing Larry Reed and all of them and wooty, wham, wham. I don't know what's going on. I don't even be at the Pottery House. But what I will say is this. TD, you done passed the church off to the YNs. We gonna see who all gonna pull up and see what's going on. But at the end of the day, they probably gonna mention your black ass in that lawsuit, and I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait till they tell us what the hell you've been doing at the freak off. Oh yeah. And don't get on here and tell me I'm sacrilegious or I'm going to hell or, oh, you the devil. I done been called the devil by worse devils. Okay? Say what I said. I'm going to tell the truth, and I feel like he probably coming out in this little lawsuit thing coming up. But we'll see. The trial for Diddy start next week, and we'll see how this works out for TD and the Pottery House and the YNs he left in charge. But that nigga going to ruin the whole congregation. Mark my words. The YN, the husband, tear the whole shit down. Watch. Mark my words. We'll meet back over here and discuss it. Remember, I told you first. That nigga, the YN son-in-law, everything you built about to crumble. Right at your feet. Duck, duck, goose. Anyways, with that being said, y'all, shout out to everybody in the building. It's 2 and 3 hours, bro. I got to stop doing this. I really do. Quetta, thank you for the super chat. I love you. I love you too, boo. And thank you for the super chat, Danielle, with the 3 grandkids. Hey, boo. I'm sorry. Thank you for being a member for 13 months. Can I get my birthday song this year? You missed last year. I had to wait a whole year. Happy birthday to me. Today your birthday? Girl, yes. I didn't know today was your birthday. Happy birthday, y'all. I'm going to get off of here, but we're going to drop these cakes in the chat for my boo, my love, my heart. Danielle with the 3 grandkids, one of my day one supporters. Shout out to you. Love you down to the ground. I got to get off of here. Love and Hip Hop coming on later on this evening at the Dollhouse. Meet me tomorrow so we can discuss this funky situation and a bunch of other things. But with that being said, I'll be back tomorrow around this time to discuss Morning Jokes tomorrow. We'll see what it's all about, what it's hitting for. But happy birthday, Danielle, with the 3 grandkids. I love you so much. Thank you for all your support. I wish you many, 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 many more. And I hope to see you soon and hope to always hear from you. Love you down to the ground. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Drop the cakes. Happy birthday, Danielle.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy
It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.